station, everybody, because we've got the great Herminio! Reyes Jr. is in the house. Good to see you, man.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm finally unmuted. I didn't mess up this time. Yay! I hope everybody's having an awesome weekend. Here in New York, it's been like a very, very nasty, rainy weekend. The mood's been like, ooh. But you know what? It's showtime, and this always makes me a lot better when I'm here talking with you guys. Here's Sunday night, and of course, what better night on a Sunday night? Who better to have with us than our very own TM Nerdy? What's going on, man? Is it raining in Cocoa too? Is it raining in Cocoa too?
No, not yet.
Okay. So you're good. How's it going? Man? How's your weekend?
It's going. Lost internet yesterday. I was supposed to be on Dylan's horror show, but that didn't work out. But I'll be back. I'll be back on that show. He's eventually going to do Alien and the Alien franchise, and then later on he's going to be doing Langoliers, and that's my jam. So he's
going to do the Alien franchise on his show, on the Dylan show, not the Robbie's night. It's going to be on Dylan's show, all the Aliens movies and stuff.
I think so.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to like hit him up, but like maybe I want to do one of those. You know what I mean? Request that day off of work or something that night. Definitely would love to do those.
Yeah, guys, if you guys missed that Dylan's horror show last night, not only did it have Dylan, Robbie, but it also had Phable and missing link Stefan, who's probably in the chat right now.
Then that's one of them.
And they covered Death Proof and Planet Terror, which I watched both, and I give both a 4.5 you slips.
Nice.
4.5 you slips, I guess. I was gonna give Planet Terror a 4, but after a second rewatch of it, I bumped it up to a 4.5. I was not excited to watch that movie, but ended up watching it and loved it.
Sounds good. So, before we go and we talk about what we're going to do today, you have anything going on your show real quick? I think something pretty cool is happening this week for you. A pretty big week for you.
Yeah, well, I mentioned one person that's going to be on my show. Oh, tomorrow it'll be Trish Forstner, artist of Stray Dogs. And Phable and I will be sitting down with her, and I'm super excited. And if you guys seen on my Instagram, she is super pumped as well.
Nice.
And then Wednesday, I will have Dylan, that son of a bitch, on my Chatting with the Comic Community this Wednesday for Whiplash Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm backing a Kickstarter called Spider Squirrel. Love to hear it. Love the synopsis of it. actually reached out to Charlie McKelvey and asked him if he'd want to be on my show. So he is going to be on my show this Thursday night.
Wow, yeah, pretty big week, man. Pretty big week. I'm excited for you. Like,
and then Todd
that's
McFarlane
cool.
is going to be on my show Friday. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, very funny. Very funny. I'll lose my you know what? You know what I mean?
I didn't tell you you're gonna be co-hosting that night.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna call in sick that night, you know. Yeah, man, I got a few things going on this week. I'm not gonna go too long with it. I don't even know if I have it on here. When you look at that, I had your stuff on here, right? But I don't have my stuff on here. What's up with that, man?
It's just like your wife making all my thumbnails, but not making yours.
Yeah, man. This one was on me though. This one's on me. I should have had this stuff on here. I'll get it on here a little later. Let's go to the chats. I'm here babbling with you and all that. We should just go to the chats real quick. I don't know. We got TM Nerdy. Some guy named TM Nerdy is up in here. Someone
Station, you beautiful, beautiful SOB.
Someone wants to request to show our shirts, man. I got a headache, man, but I'll show a little bit. Says I don't
have to stand up to show it all off.
I have issues. My shirt says step pool and I have issues. I really don't want to stand right now.
Mine's Clint's Comics.
I hope you're not mad at me, but I'm not. Eric, the stash station, my man. How you doing? And Chamorro Cinema, Manuel Island Boy Station, bro.
He's not the Island Boy.
To me, you'll always be the Island Boy. Forget this guy. Oh, sorry. Forget this guy right here. You know what? Billy Parmax Station. Oh, sorry. Most peaceful station to you, my man. Flash by Night, what's going on? He's loving the music. He was loving the music. So was I. Saying station in you, you know what I mean? Eric saying station. Maria says, hi. Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to everyone who has had family, friends who served. Yes. Nick Kicks and Comics. Ayo Station. Yeah, man. The Knicks, they're in trouble. Down 3-1. Julius Randle just has showed up in this series, and if he doesn't show up, they won't win. But I think Garden Wednesday night's gonna be rocking. You know they never give up. I'm pretty sure they're gonna take it to a game 6. It's the game 6 is the one I'm worried about. We could win that one, take it to force a game 7. You never know. But one game at a time, right? And this is where TM falls asleep when you talk about sports.
No, it's just you talking about the Knicks. If you want to talk about a good team, talk about the Lakers.
That's a bad team too. Without without LeBron, they're a bad team, right? So to each his own. James Phelps, Station, my man. Thanks for joining us. Trade Paper Dad, Station. Brother Joe, what's going on, bro? I'll be nice to you this time. I'll be nice to you. That other guy's out there right
I just want to stop and ask you a question there, Herm.
Big Lion Cat, hold on. I'm almost done.
No, I just want to ask you one question. How you doing?
How you doing?
No, seriously, how you doing?
I don't know, bro.
It doesn't matter how you're doing.
Yeah, that died. It didn't come out right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Big Lion Cat.
You should have done it for Joe. That was setting up for Joe because Joe wanted us to do it. You just screwed it all up. You just screwed it up for Joe, man.
What's up, my man? I'm going through the chats, bro. You interrupted me. You know what I mean? With some shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
Shenanigans for Brother Joe. We love you, Brother Joe, but I guess Big Herm doesn't love you.
Station. I know you're trying to start crap right now. I'm not in the mood. All right, bro. I'll just leave. You want me to leave? Just leave. You know what I'm saying? Wait, it's my show. Wait. Oh boy. She sent me a thumbnail. Yes, she did. Hate them both. Go Celtics.
Kick him out. Right, kick him out.
Aren't they playing right now? I hope that series goes 7-2. I hope you guys beat the crap out of each other and and whoever wins, get really tired and gets eliminated the next round. Yeah, I'm a little bitter right now.
John Thomas, I
But
lost
don't
all
hate me,
respect for
John.
you.
Don't hate
I
me,
lost all respect for you, John Thomas. Celtics, no.
brother Joe. Say hi, Brother Joe knows I love him, and of course, we wasted a lot of time. We're here to cover this thing right here, Compendium of Spawn, right here. Oh, wait, before we go, Bobby, station, our Carco station. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're here to cover this, issues 30 to 33. And, yeah, what do you think so far?
30 to 33, you mean 34.
30 to 34, you're right. No, 30 to 33. You read
Wouldn't that be
32?
only Wouldn't that be only 3 issues?
That's 4. 30, 31, 32, 33. 4.
Oh, okay. I read way too much.
All right, good. So you're ready for next week. You know what I'm saying? You're ready.
Yeah.
You're already ready for next week. Yeah, I wish I read 34 so I could be like, yeah, let's cover it anyway, but I haven't. So
Yeah, me thinking of I'm like halfway through 35 now.
It's funny. Anyway,
right.
So we're starting. We're starting, of course, with Spawn. He's wondering over here, what is he doing? He's talking about his costume, how it's been weakened and all that. He's been using his powers. The meter's down to 6997. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his suit is this is really interesting because it's just the way it's drawn. It looks like blood splattered out throughout the page, and it's this cape that's kind of it's still attached to him but not, and it's really weird. It's all mangled and just embobligated. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What he said. Yeah. So so he got all that. He's thinking of Wanda, and he's thinking oh God, I cheated on her. Like they're not married anymore because supposedly him and Angela had a thing in the Angela miniseries or something like that. We didn't read that, so we don't know.
Yeah, for all of the there's an Angela series. I actually can get Angela number 3, which all of this went down on, for $10 at my shop for that single issue. But I don't think I'm gonna jump the gun on that one.
I feel you. I think I'm in the works of getting the first 3 series for $10 total over here.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a better deal.
But
yeah, no, he's thinking about it and thinking about how he cheated on her with, I don't know how. It's weird because he's supposedly dead. He can't be cheating on his ex-wife that's remarried to his best friend. So this is kind of an odd issue. But we get into his suit and how his suit works and how it's living and how it's weakened and stuff. And it was kind of interesting, that part. But we get later on in the series and it's really hitting home on racism. Oh yeah. This
has some KKK up in here going on in here. So he sees a bunch of them riding on a truck, and they're ready to mess up on there's a black couple's farmland and all that, and they're ready to they put all the crops on fire and everything. And the guy I can't remember his name right now. Oh, Brad? Was his name Brad? Yeah, Brad. It says here. The bad guy, Brad Armstrong, he don't care. He's the only one in this town left that's in color, and he's gonna stay because that's his family farm, and he don't care. So he mad.
This is my home. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, and the wife's scared, no, leave him alone, and the son's like, Dad, and he got a rifle right here. Here's the rifle, you know what I mean? So even the son's ready to fight, but this is where Spawn comes in out of nowhere. He runs into them, you know what I mean? And Al Simmons, it's a black man, so he knows this very well. He knows all about this, and this kind of stuff. And then he starts talking about like how his people, are always using the country, you know, to fight battles and all that, but within they won't get defended. You know what I mean? Within the United States, they have a lot of problems, especially in this I think they're in Alabama. I could be wrong. But
Yeah, I think
and
it's Alabama.
it gets real. This gets like real. Like Todd really got real in this one.
Yeah, and like it goes into like he's trying to tell the old man like I'm here to protect you, and that he doesn't even say protect you, but like he knows about it. He starts explaining his past about how he was used as a black man as a pawn in a bigger picture, and then they used another black man, Chapel, to take care of him when he learned too much. So it's going through that motion of like using black men throughout history to be pawns in a bigger scheme.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. And then here he got like he's like takes off his mask. He's all the way he is, and they're looking at him now they're scared of him a little bit. Like what happened to you? He starts explaining to them, but quickly they come in with fire cross and all that, and then boom, they put like a gun to his head because he starts defending them, and then they shoot him in the head. Spawn falls down, and then they think it's done right there. They took him and took his chain, just hung him up, said we'll get you later. You know what I mean? Because they thought he was dead. So that's their they think they solved the case by doing that. And quickly we leave them for a little while, and we go back to New York with our buddies again. You know what I mean? So you see him hanging out right there. It's not cool, with his own chain. And pretty sick drawing. Pretty sick. And then and then of course we go into Twitch and Detective Burks right there. They're talking about they're chasing the dude, and they're talking about how like the files they got from Spawn, how did he get them and all that, and how what's his name, the chief used manipulate with Jason Wynn, and how they mess things up with everything. The whole file that has the whole case of everything that happened with Al Simmons and all that, him getting hiring Chapel and all that, what's in this file. You know what I mean? So they were just talking more about that. And as they capture their guy, we go back to the scene in Alabama, and the Armstrong guy, the Brad Armstrong guy, sees Spawn hung up, and he's like, "Oh man, they got you." You know what I mean? And then like a couple of members of the KKK there with guns ready to shoot him, and he's ready to shoot. He don't care. He don't care. You all right, bro?
Yeah.
Is that how they sounded? That's a sound effect you got there.
Yeah, sound effect, and it scared me. It was such a great sound effect. It scared me even.
Great sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like the next part, like whenever Spawn like takes them down, and like then the next thing you know, they're in a courthouse. The two men that Spawn took down, and they're charging the guy that owns the land now.
Yep.
And like he's trying to get through it, but then the judge is just like, "No, I find you guilty of this. Like I don't find like they're injured. How did they come to your land and blah blah blah." So like they threw out the case. The judge threw out the case. Then it goes to the bottom, and the judge is part of the KKK.
Yeah. So that town, of course, the Brad guy walks in out of town, but like, I hate this town and stuff like that. And then you see stupid judge, part of the KKK, and then what Spawn starts doing, he takes like one of his best people and starts taking them down little by little. Poisons one. You know what I mean? Takes one up. He starts taking them down. Messes up a car of the other one, because now he's trying to set up the judge and all that to go to him because but as he sees, as the judge hears all this happening, he's already starting to call people. Oh, something's up, you know what I mean? And of course, Spawn goes and visit him, you know what I mean? And like slowly the judge tries to shoot him and all that, but he's too slow. He's a big dude, very, very nasty dude, and he's too slow. And of course, Spawn ties him up on a what do you call that? The I
News.
forgot the noose, and he starts telling him, "Yo, you should be scared. You should be scared." And then he's really scared. And then like when he finds they hear people coming, he starts looking brave again. He's like, "Oh yeah, my people coming. They're coming to get you." So you know, he's a coward. The guy's a coward. So so what he does is before they come, you know what I'm saying? He kind of changes how he looks. He's not a white man no more. He's a black man. And then when his people find him, they find him as a black man. They don't know it's him. And he's trying to tell them, no, it's not me. They, racist as they are, they go and they took him out. They took him out.
So yeah, they literally hung him. And like
Yeah.
that's pretty much the ending of the page. All you see is feet. That's what happened to him.
Yep.
So
Before they showed that, of course, Spawn goes to Brad Armstrong and he tells him, you know, what do you call that? He gives him a file with all the evidence so he could keep his property and nobody can mess with him. And
yeah.
now he's all good. He took care of him. So that's with all that. I actually finally have a decent happy ending for this comic because it hasn't been like that for a while, you know. So this issue was deep. When I saw this, I was like, wow, they don't pull no punches in Image. You know what I mean? I don't think Marvel or DC would allow a story like this. I mean, I could be wrong.
No. Not now they will.
Oh, now yeah, they have well, DC
like
has the black
this
label.
stuff sells, man. We got to start printing it.
You gotta start that. You know? Yep. So that was issue 30. Well, to issue 31, and it starts with a more Spawn going into traveling back from Alabama, that he ended up in Alabama after the bat again, back to the miniseries, the Angela miniseries. And
yeah, what happened is he got thrown out of heaven, I guess, and landed down. So that's all I know.
Yeah, they had some kind of a battle, and then he was in heaven, and then whatever happened with him and Angela, they hooked up or whatever. He got whatever happened, and he ended up back in Alabama. So he's taking a trip. Show him taking a trip back to New York. He's finally back, and after everything that happened, he's finally happy to be back in New York. You know what I mean? He thought things were bad there. He went other places and saw worse stuff. So,
well, yeah, like you can tell he's back in New York.
Yep. Heck yeah. Back in New York, you got the Twin Towers up in there, and yeah. So he happy back in New York. He's talking about that. He's going back to his alley, and then they have a few conversations there, and of course, after all that, and they say, "Oh, we missed you. Things happen. You know what I mean? Someone's after you, stuff like that. We don't know what you did. You've been gone for a while." And he tells them, I apologize, but mad stuff happened, and that's why I was gone. It wasn't personal. It was just that's why I was gone. So it goes back to the wonderful building, not far away, and yeah, we have this new person who takes over Gabriella, named Raphael. You know what I'm saying? And
Raphael, one of the archangels, just throwing that out there.
yeah, okay. One of the archangels or Ninja Turtles?
Both.
Yeah, so she takes over and all that, and yeah, she's making the phone calls to up above to their satellite station. You know what I mean? And yeah, so they're cooking up a new you know
Yeah, it's
anti spawn. You know what I mean?
yeah, like, and she's like saying like it's a new day. I'm in charge now. Like, we're not gonna let whatever she had. Like, she had personal vendetta against Angela, and let that get in the way of a deeper purpose.
So while all that's happening, we go over back to Terry, who's trying to like hack into the system for Jason Wynn, trying to find more information. And in his position, he just can't get that information. So he's frustrated. And then of course we'll move on from that part because we'll go back to that to like the person that they're picking to be their next um anti-spawn, and some dude named Phil Timper, and he's like this dude who was a troublemaker, but he born again Christian, was doing it for like 11 years or something like that. So they figure the other guy, Jason Wynn, who was a badass dude, could beat people up, wasn't good enough. It had to be someone with more morals, someone who's been through it, the worst, and then changed his life, and great for the community. And somehow, boom, they hunt him. Wow, he's a good dude and all that, and they're right there. They're ready to ruin his life. You know what I mean? So,
That's what happens when you be a good dude. But I'm all for that. For what he becomes, I want to become what he becomes.
so, so of course, there's the reports and all that. The news, the news page. Every once in a while, we get that news page with like CNN, and a radio one, and they're talking about the disappearance and all that. And the politics, they bring the politics in there, and then of course we go over back to Twitch and Detective Burks. You know what I'm saying? And they're
Probably a
like,
scene that we don't want to see. Him naked with a towel wrapped around him. Could
yeah,
have
yeah,
done
he's just
without
holding
that.
a towel. Yeah, ew, ew, and and they're like, uh, Burks is like, yeah, he's talking about the letter he sent to his boss, Mr. Banks, and then of course Banks, who saw the letter and called uh Wind or Jason Wind about him, about the letter, about Spawn showing him the letter. And then we go over to the next picture where we're back at the alley with Spawn, and as he starts showing up in the alley, we got the new anti-venom, but his name is not anti-venom.
No, it is not. It is called the Redeemer.
The Redeemer. The Redeemer. So
Beautiful that looks, guys.
yes, I know you've been dying to show that.
Arm's broken though, but that's all right. I can just glue it on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that happened. But yeah, so he goes after Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Not De La Ghetto, not you. You're
Sorry,
good, you're
Bobby.
good. Not you. But but he goes after Bobby because Bobby was saved by Spawn. He died and then Spawn resurrected him. So now, like, I guess that that entity that he has contract the anti now Redeemer. And of course, before he can kill him, Spawn comes in like, yo, that's my friend. Don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying? And you got some noise going on. You see that? Oh, okay. So yeah, so he got he goes after the Redeemer, and then the Redeemer just beats him up like he always does, and then like he blasts him through the chest again. So it's like, oh no, not that again. You know what I mean? And yeah, like he falls onto the floor. Boom. Falls into the floor, and then of course after he ends up leaving and all that. I don't know why they keep leaving, not finish him off. But supposedly he still had that hole in his chest. He never really healed it. He just covered it with the suit. Like the suit helped him cover it. So he was like, "Oh no, I'm good. I've been having that hole from the last time he did. You know, issues ago. I think they tell you what issue 27 from issue 27 ago. So it's a few issues ago, and then yeah. So somehow he uses his power. His power is down to 6971, and his suit kind of starts creeping like it's a symbiote or something. And then like out of nowhere, boom, we have Costume lives.
And then the
And
next
now,
issue is a new look.
yes, a new look. And that's issue number 31. So 2 issues in, and this one's pretty exciting. But I don't feel like this is the first time he had a new look, or it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I read it a second time, but we'll talk about it in this issue. Issue number 32. Here we go. Anything you wanted to say about the other issue before we move on to this one? All right. So issue 32.
I rate it. Let's rate the first two.
Okay.
Or before we go any further, do you want to see if anybody else popped in and say hi to?
Sure, why not? Why not? Let's see what everybody's saying up in here. But I gotta scroll down to do that because every time it jumps on me.
I'm still here. I'm just turning off my cam for a second.
That's cool. Of course, Bobby, Station, top of the pop, Station, my man, Station. K Titus, what's up, man? Station, if you're still there, man from the rising sun, what's going on? Sheena, Station, thanks for joining us. Phable, Station, my man, Station. Who else? Nerdy, I heard you had a personal vendetta against Tony Danza. Cliff notes. Who else is up? Please make sure you tweet that like button. Thanks, Maria. Travis, you look great today, my friend. He probably seen that, you know what I mean? All right, I think I got everybody up in here. Got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Big Lion Cat said he had to go to work. Guys, later have to go back to work. Thanks for joining us, Big Lion Cat Station, my man. Who else? I think I have everybody. I think I saw somebody over here. Like, I got Trade Paper Dad earlier. I think I saw someone way earlier. I think it was my mom, but I didn't get to say hi to her. If you still watching, Mom, hi, Mom. I can't find you on this, but it's over. Who's the boss? Not to brag about you, but it's magnificent. I don't know what they're talking about. What do you know what they're talking about? Something in there. Anyway, let's go to the next issue. Issue number 32. This one starts with Spawn climbing a certain building. You know what I mean? Climbing in there, he starts talking about after every 400 years, there's always a new hell spawn going and all that. And this building right here has a lot to do with what's going on with everything, the office, with the satellite office up over Earth. And so he starts climbing, then you go back to the office with this Raphael lady, you know what I mean? and somehow she has like a little meeting. The meeting comes in, and you have a little granny come out of nowhere. Hey, how you doing? All that, you know what I mean? And she says, "Call me Mary after my mom." So she does, you know what I mean? And this meeting
Well,
seems pretty important.
she says, "Call me Mary after your mom."
Oh, after your mom. That you're right. You're right. Her mom. Her mom.
Yeah,
Her mom. You're right. See,
it
that's why I
was
got you
different. It
here.
was different, but so is this picture. Like you come in and she's just like her eyes are like pure white. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, she's
So
gross. Gross. Greg Capullo's drawings, fantastic in these books. So she's telling them, thanks for coming and all that. She becomes a very important person, this granny. We'll find out later. But boom, big splash page with Spawn crashing in. You know what I mean? You want to show that?
yeah, might as well.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Always, never get tired of the splash pages. You know what I mean? Double splash. So he come in there. He's trying to find his friend, cause they took his friend. You know what I mean? When Anti-Spawn went into the thing, I forgot to mention that, but he took his friend. You know, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby got kidnapped and stuff. And the reason for that is because there's a part of Spawn in Bobby. Because if you guys remember, Bobby died a few issues back, and Spawn brought him back to life with his life force. So a little piece of Spawn was in him. So whenever the Redeemer was sent to Earth, he was sent there to find Spawn. But then there was like a radiation of Spawn coming from Bobby, so it was irregularity. So Spawn had to come and get him, or that Redeemer had to come and get him.
Yeah. So he's going in there for revenge. He wants his buddy. You know what I mean? Raphael girl, she's mad. She's like, she brings security in there. They're ready to shoot him, and Spawn grabs the granny and offers to take her out if they come any closer, and all that. And then of course, it goes. They flash back to the alley with that guy again. Remember that guy we saw? Kind of looked like an older version of Zeus. that
Yeah,
gives
that
him.
wizard dude. I like just call him the wizard dude.
But now he's got a name. It says it here is Calistro, Cagliostro,
Calstro.
Cagliostro,
Calstro.
Castro.
I
I'm
call him
horrible
Calstro.
pronouncing names. Castro, not Castro. Get that right. But he gives him a letter exactly where the street, this
Yeah,
building is.
that was playing back on the last time. He said you'll know when to use this. And that's playing
Yep.
back like further way back. I keep forgetting how far we actually are in this, because that was
Yeah.
back in like the 5th or 6th issue.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But we've been far. We're going far. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so that's how he gets it. He starts going and he's pretty mad because supposedly this building is like the building of heaven. So literally it's told us to hear that this is heaven. This is heaven fighting hell, you know. Phable loves my bullshit guy, you know what I mean?
Mabosia.
My bullshit. So after that scene, we get another scene, and we get of course Terry and Wanda. He's talking about transferring to get closer to Jason Wynn, and now he's kind of like I don't know if it's a promotion, but in another department, so he can get closer to Jason Wynn, and she's not digging it. It's not cool. And then in the next page, it has Mr. Banks calling Jason Wynn, and he's complaining more about that. And then
There's somebody with a connection to him being connected with Billy Kincaid, that child killer.
the whole uh uh kind of blackmail that Spawn did, because they're wondering how the hell he found all these files and stuff, and why it was in the system to protect it more. How did he get it? So Jason Wynn is pretty pissed about that, and of course he goes back to Terry. Like, he's not gonna let that guy go. And now, like, he finds out, he's gonna find out he's coming over to his, closer to him. So we'll find more about that later. Then we go back to the office where everybody Heaven the Heaven office, and there's more fighting, but they stop fighting because Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn has that old lady held captive and says, "Stop! Like, I'll kill her."
Yeah, so he demands they bring Bobby down wherever he's at. You know what I mean? Because first she denied it, but now she knows. So she calls up above, and they kind of try to deny her. She's like, "No, I'm the boss. You bring her down now. Bring him down." So Bobby, because they didn't want to bring him down because he was in an experimenting on him and all that. It wasn't ready. Boom. He's all freaked out. And yeah, he's all freaked out and all like that, but he wants his guy back and all that. So he that's what he does. They bring him back. But while they bring him back, who comes with him?
The freaking Redeemer, my boy. Oh yeah, okay.
The Redeemer comes back with him, and
yeah, I'm just saying, it's like the Redeemer is a boss, guys. Redeemer is a boss. Like, he's so strong. Like, the Spawn has no, like, he just destroyed the Spawn.
Yeah, he has, like, it's like he had no chance. It's like Spawn has no chance, even with the new suit. I guess it worked. I guess whatever formula they using this good Sumerian kind of dude, worked for them. You know what I mean? And they show that, and then of course Bobby's there, and he's like all nude because there was experimenting on him. Something we didn't need to see. And while the battle is happening and all that, they have a battle.
Yeah, I'll just say it. Like, I like a good butt, but just not that kind of butt.
And you can't not lie, right? Oh well. And yeah, so the battle keeps happening in the office. You have all their shooting at him and stuff, and somehow poof, boom, what happens there? It's like a little explosion happened and all that, and all of a sudden Spawn vanishes with his powers, and he takes Bobby with him, and of course his powers back down to 6902 now, and they're back at the alley, but he's not back at the alley. That wizard guy is back at the alley with him. He's like, "Don't worry, he'll be okay. He'll be okay." So Spawn went somewhere else, and then back at the office where it's all destroyed and all that. Heaven. Apparently this office is heaven.
Well, no, like it's 6902. Right under that, he's talking with that wizard dude. And this is the revelation that we find out. That old lady up there was God.
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's where I was
going.
What do you
mean, like right here? Because
I know.
You mentioned 6902, like his power, and then right underneath, that's where it is. That's where I thought you were at, because you said 6902.
Okay, whatever. I was gonna say it after the next phase, but it's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, because it says like right there at the bottom, the wizard's explaining it to him, or Castro, or Castel, or Castiel. Wait, that's supernatural. Yeah, like he's explaining to him, it's just like, yeah, that was God up there that you were dealing with. That old lady was God you had captive. So
it's pretty much that's what this building has, a bunch of gods. You know what I mean? A bunch of immortal people up in this building. And she talks about Spawn like there was more to him, because he wasn't going there for himself, because he was there to help his friend. She didn't like do nothing to him, because she had power to just end it there, but she didn't. Like, he had her captive, and that whole time, like after like Bobby came, she was telling Bobby, take her with you, because with the whole the war going on, he didn't want nothing to happen to the old lady, Granny. But it was all good because she was God, and then somehow she talks about how there's more to this Spawn guy and all that, and then like floats away.
Yeah, just randomly just floats away. But yeah, like she says, like he does have a higher purpose in this war. Like there's still hope that he might be not just a hellspawn. This is the first time that they see like a spark of hope in that, and like he has a part to play. Again, will he play on the right side or the wrong side? And that's the question that everybody keeps asking in this book. But yeah, that's the end.
No, we got one more issue. 33. But Jennifer, Station, thanks for joining us. I mean, who else joined us while we were on here? There was someone else on here. Missing link. Station, my man. Station. Station. So we got one more issue to cover. Issue number 33 up in here. And so one of our favorite bad guys are up in here, villains, you know what I mean? And he's picking on Spawn's suit, distorted suits. So he kind of knows like he's starting to get weakened. At least that's how I saw it. You know what I mean? So he's like there laughing and all that. And you take anything from these 2 pages with at the moment they don't tell you who he is, but we kind of know who he was, right?
Yeah.
So he goes back to the alley, and Spawn is talking to his buddies again and all that. And he starts talking about the problems we had and all that, and then why he was gone and all that, and all the issues he had with all the villains. He starts naming all the villains in this page, which is a nice single splash page with all the problems he's been having lately. And
yeah, like he's had with not just like he had the mob, the FBI, then he had like freaking the Curse, the Redeemer, the Anti-Spawn, Chapel. Like he just had the list goes on, and that. And
then he's like, "Oh, you gonna show the page or?"
I can, yeah. Just kind of like a splash page of different characters there. Oh yeah, and we didn't say the Violator. Violator's another one that was on that list too.
Yeah, the Violator was on that list. But there's a reason why I didn't say it.
And
there's a reason why I didn't say it. Overkill. No, like he's on the page. He's on this page. Okay. But there's a reason why I didn't say it still. If he's on the page, I still wanted to use that for the hook, but okay, whatever. Anyway, so as he's telling him all this, they got some snooper here, somebody snooping, listening to everything he's saying. Somehow Spawn saying you might want to leave or something like that. And this guy's like, oh, he starts running away. So he looks kind of creepy. And over to the next page. This is another thing that
him and Bobby are kind of getting into it. In this, there's tension between. Go ahead. There's tension between him and Bobby, and if you guys remember the TV show, the same thing happened in the Spawn TV show. Him and Bobby had clashed, but earlier on in the TV show, rather than this.
Okay. So
I don't know.
Yeah, they got that. That's a good information. They got into a little argument and all that. You know what I'm saying? But what do you got to say? He saved his life. He could have been dead. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, the next page has a particular. You got 3 nurses here. You know, catering to some guy. You got guys mask look like the Mummy. And then
you realize that's Twitch.
And Detective Burke said there's a joke. He says I only get fat ladies, but you get all these wonderful nurses here. and all that. Again, 90s kind of joking and stuff that you probably won't see now in Marvel or DC, but maybe in the Black Label for DC. But yeah. So it's Twitch, and somehow they had a battle, and there's a new miniseries, at least from here, not new for us anymore. But Blood Feud miniseries. You ever heard of this miniseries? So apparently something happened there, and he got beat up like this and all that. He's in the hospital. Again, we didn't read this miniseries. I guess we had to make sure we read this miniseries to get there. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot that we have to read to kind of get to know this. There's some stuff that happened in Youngbloods that we need to read, like Chapel's death. It was mentioned in this book, so
yeah, so
it's not really spoiling anything because it was mentioned. It told us which issue he died in. So wasn't it Youngblood number 4?
I don't know. I didn't read that issue, so I wouldn't know. So
no, but it said it in this book. It said Youngblood.
I don't
number
remember.
4.
I don't remember. Oh. Anyway, so of course, before we go move on, has a Twitch family coming in, and he's got like 4 kids, including a tall teenager and a hot wife. So this Twitch guy's a stud. You know what I mean? He might be this nerdy looking dude, but he's doing good for himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is.
Like his buddy calls him a pencil neck geek and stuff like that, but he's a sharpshooter. You know, he's a great cop and all that, a detective, and then he's got a wonderful family. So it's good to see stuff like that, you know. And
all right, now we go into the sewer with this weird looking dude with the rat looking teeth is running in the sewer and saying to this weird looking shadow faced dude in the background, he's saying, boss, I did what you asked, I did what you asked. And then he's just going on and on and said, like, let's set a trap now for our friend.
Yeah. So he is serious. So it goes over back to the destroyed office in heaven. It's weird saying that. That's the building of heaven. And it has Raphael and the assistant talking and all that stuff like that. And what exactly? I don't even remember what they say in here. It's just not much. Just talking about Spawn.
Oh well, Raphael is kind of upset that they let Spawn free.
Yeah, they let Spawn free, and then and then she's arguing with the assistant, like, it's your fault. You know what I mean? No, it's not. You know what I mean? It's like she's like, don't argue with me. I'm the boss. Not those exact words, but that's pretty much what's going on here. And then, of course, the next page, it shows Terry entering the office of Jason Wynn. Like, they start talking and all that, and he starts going, oh, we got him closer. You know what I mean? And bring him in. And then this is where Terry comes in. He has a weird look towards him like that. And he's just like,
yeah,
whoa.
But Terry also has a plan
obviously.
too, like going on as well. So they both are kind of playing each other, kind of keeping each other close for reasons. So
they definitely are.
It's a dangerous game they're playing right now, both of them.
But Terry got that look like he's still kind of scared. You know what I mean? He's still like, you know, he's trying not to show up.
They're going up against one of the most powerful men ever. He has like he has guys. He has a guy. He's a guy for everything.
Yeah, he has a guy that has a guy that has a guy.
Yeah.
So here they say a few nights later, that little coward tattletale guy, you know what I mean, shows up in front of Spawn, you know what I mean, and he tells him like,
frig, man, he doesn't even just say, like, he says his name, not like Al Simmons, and then he also says Wanda.
Yeah. So this freaks out Spawn. He's like, "Why did you call me? Why you say that name?" You know, you had that moment before the movie. I was like, he didn't even have to say Martha. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all right. It's just another 5-letter name in Wanda.
Wanda, why you say that name?
Why did you say that name?
Why you say that name? And of course, he's like, oh yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? This guy
That
told
little
me,
rabbit.
yeah, this guy told me and all that, and he's like, tell him to come here if he has a problem with me, something like that. And he's like, okay, he starts running.
Guys, we must be 40 minutes in because like we're going off the rails now.
Oh no, it's not going off the rails. That's exactly what happens.
Oh
And
man,
then,
but this next page, like this is like fire of artwork right here. Like I just enjoyed this page like coming down. Like it doesn't do it justice because there's a glare, but like if you guys ever seen this, like it is phenomenal. Phenomenal of art.
some great art up in there. What? Heck yeah. So so you have him in the so-called new suit, even though it still looks kind of ripped up. And yeah, he's starts following the dude, right? And that weasel comes up to the guy, this creepy guy that was in the shadow, and he's like, and the guy's like, did you tell him? Did you lure him over here? He's like, yeah, I told him everything, you know. And he's like, yeah, I told him everything, you know what I mean? He's like, good. Then boom, he takes out his heart, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what hand is taking out his heart?
What hand is taking out his heart? Other than the Violator. That's how I was trying to say his name earlier. But you got the Violator. He is back. I know you've been. Hold on. I'll give you a close up. That ugly dude.
Guys, just so you know, I will be unboxing another Violator figure later on my show. Down the road, probably another month or so. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.
You
Phable,
done?
I'm looking at you. Stay
You
tuned.
done plugging? You done
Stay
plugging?
tuned.
You done plugging?
Stay tuned.
Mr. Plugger over there. Okay, so the Violator's here. Finally here. It was his master plan. He knew he was gonna go follow him back towards him. So that was part of his plan. And yeah, he looks big, bro. Is he bigger than he used to be, or he is always that big? And I'm just tripping.
I think he's bigger, but I think he can change the size of himself depending on how many hearts he has.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that. Like the more he eats, the more powerful he gets. Every time he feeds himself, you know, it's kind of like a kind of thing. But yeah. So he takes that heart and all that, and he starts talking trash at him and all that, and he told him he's nothing, and all that.
Yeah,
And
it's
pretty
like
much,
it's a huge battle between them, and like he's just saying he doesn't understand like why he's defying him and stuff. And at the same time, you're kind of feeling a little bit of sympathy for the Violator because the Violator's going on saying like, I don't understand like why they keep going on. What is better than like, because the Violator was created from, I think I'm ahead of myself because I read the next series and it's all about the Violator. But okay, yeah.
no, yeah. I don't know what the hell you were talking about there. I was like, yeah, so after in this battle, somehow he slams him into this is a old tunnel that the city forgot about, you know, abandoned tunnel kind of thing, and the pipes there are really old, so he slammed it into a pipe. The pipe starts bursting with water, and then of course they get separated, and somehow Spawn uses his powers again because it's down to 6887, and it says to be continued. So that's pretty much the end of that issue. So we got the Violator back and better than ever, and he's there in the next issue 34, that we will cover next week.
Yay! That
So,
was a fast.
did you like these
Fast.
4 issues?
Yeah, I did. I really did. I
I've
liked.
been enjoying
I
these
liked the Redeemer. The Redeemer was a great intro. We got the Violator back, and I'm just gonna say, like, the Violator is gonna play a key role in the next issue. Also, Malbogia will be in the next issue. So I'm excited for that. Got a little bit ahead of myself. So, like, out of these issues, I'd probably give them a good, like, 4.69, dudes.
I'll give it a 4.5. You know what I mean? Why not? 4.69, dudes. Why not?
Right on.
So,
All right, before we get into show and tell, I just want to, it's not plug-in or anything, but it's just kind of, I just picked up, I don't have, they're on their way, Daredevil, Guardian Devil, Vol.1 by Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. I also have East of West, Vol.1 coming in, and I have to ask everybody who's watching this right now, if you know a series that I might be interested, like, to pick up in volumes, just volumes, like trade paperbacks, no collected editions, no omnibuses, I can't afford that, just for something new to read, even an X title from the 90s, 2000s that I should get into, hit me up on Instagram and let me know what I should pick up, and I'm just going to be making a list of just to get more into certain series and that. Like, I just, because I started reading The Wicked and the Divine, loved it, been going to be picking up 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in issues, and then the rest from my library. So I'm just kind of compiling a list that I could possibly pick up at my library or pick up, buy it for a cheap price. So yeah, hit me up on Instagram, TM Nerdy. You know where I'm at. All right. Since I did that, do you want to show off what you have first?
yeah, I guess you was like a little plug, and that thing took forever. I was like, you're falling asleep.
Well, I'm just trying to get more, like, more educated into the comic verse and that. Like, we're almost done a Spawn Compendium and that, and like I said, I've been jumping in and reading all these great series and stuff, and I want to get more great recommendations that I should jump into. Like, you and I need to talk about X titles that I should pick up in trade paperback form as well. We'll talk on the side, though.
All right. So next week, well, I was gonna say next week we'll cover issues 34 to 37, the next 4 issues. We got plenty. If we consistently do it every week, and then the last week will be 5. If we like 4 weeks, we go into the end of June, and then we'll be done. We only have like 17 issues of Spawn left. Can you believe that?
Yeah, and guess what's coming around the corner? Loki.
Loki's coming on in 2 weeks. Not even a week and a half.
I know it's that's still around the corner, man. That's gonna come like that.
Yeah. So a lot of excitement coming to the channel. Loki's back, so you know we're gonna go back into to talking about that. You know what I mean?
I'm so pumped for that show, man. I am so pumped for that show.
Yeah, man. Me too. I'm pretty hyped about that show, man. So of course, we're gonna go to our favorite segment. Any of the PCP Army Bad Batch wants to come join us? Now's the time. You know what I mean? Join us. Help us talk about some other stuff while we do our show and tell. As soon as I figure out how to take that out, and that beautiful sight, beautiful sight, show and tell. That's what we do up in here. So myself, what's going on, everybody? This is my show and tell right here. Let me move some of this stuff out of my way, and yeah, I got a few books here to show. I'm always loving showing these books. I was here ready, but I gotta make sure I take everything out of my way. That way, I don't mess things up. But first up, of course, Boom Studios. I always gotta represent. This is part of like my monthly. Sometimes I get a monthly order that come in, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 7. You got Lord Zed up in there. So yeah, I do get my Mighty Morphin. I'm completely behind this title. I gotta go back and read this one. Backlog rolls. But you know how it is. Me and my I love Boom Studios. Another reason why they have Power Rangers. And that was Mighty Morphin, because I said Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but this is Mighty Morphin 7, and this is Power Rangers 7. So right there. So love me some Power Rangers, of course. Boom Studio keeping on with issue 25 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know what I mean? I always get me some Buffy. And of course, the variant of this, and I had to get it because I love, just like Comic Man Andy says, I love foil. That is a gorgeous foil cover. Same cover as the other one, but this one's a foil. I was like, oh, I love it when they come out with their foils. I got quite a few of them from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but foil's on fire and everybody's loving it. And who doesn't love it? It's a 90s kind of thing, nostalgia for the foil. Um, this is another one I got. This is a C cover of the Invincible Red Sonia. I just enjoy. I love the cover. I forgot who the name of the artist, but I freaking love it. I love it. Gorgeous cover. So I had to get it. I'm specking on the cover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm specking on the cover, Phable. I'm specking. And from IDW, so this is from Dynamite. This one's from IDW. I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I sub the Splinter. I like getting all these covers. I think I got all the Turtle ones. Now we have him, and I think the next one is Casey Jones. But I have to do it. Why not? Get to read the best of those kind of, Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? And from IDW, continue on. G.I. Joe, number 281. You know what I mean? Keep getting me some G.I. Joes. I'm kind of nervous because I didn't see it in the last solicitations for July. But I didn't look at the new book, so I don't know. Maybe they're in the new book. But I didn't see it. I hope it keeps going. Continue on to IDW, Marvel Action Spider-Man. I don't know if I'm still getting these, but I don't even know if I pre-ordered number 3, but 2 I did. Got that. It's a silly kids comic and stuff, but I enjoy it, even if it's for kids. And this is Marvel Action Classics, Spider-Man 2 and 1. So I'm guessing it has 2 issues from those kind of titles, but earlier before in one. You know what I mean? So I had to get that one. And of course, everybody knows I love me some Spawn from Image. So I got me other covers. 318. I got the A one. This one's I think the B, or the other one's a C or something like that. But I always gotta get me the other covers. You know what I mean? Love me some Spawn. I think I want to get most of the covers. I accept the incentives. That's a little expensive for me, but I gotta see Image first. No, first Oblivion song. I think I got this before. I'm not sure. I ended up picking up again. It's $1. It's $1, and I get I get it bag and boarding and stuff. So it's all right. And then of course Undiscovered Country. I think I got this too, but $1. So I ain't mad. And then this one, this is the first time I've seen this one. This is a Birthright from Image. Anybody read this? I don't even know. Williamson is that Joshua Williamson? I guess. You know what I mean? So can't wait to read that to make sure. And then I got a few more books left. I got Peanut, Scotland, Bond, Charlie Brown. A little trade here with
That
some
is
Charlie
awesome.
Brown. Yeah, I love me some Charlie Brown. Everybody who read the newspapers back in the day, they know they love this. One of the ones they read, a little comic strip. They had Spider-Man. Of course, they had Peanuts right here. They had Garfield and all that. Those are my favorites. Sunday papers from the Sunday paper. So I love me some of that. Um, Let me put this one down here. I got two more collector books. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Legacy Edition, book number 4. This is all the Dark Horse stuff and all that. So I do like collecting me some Buffy. Boom Studio is reprinting the Dark Horse stuff. So I love me some Buffy. Can't wait to dig into this one. Maybe I'll review it for my show. With what I have with Fargate. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what I'll do. And then not last but not least, Witchblade. How to get me? This is volume 2. I got volume 1. So why not get volume 2? You know what I mean? The Michael Turner goodness right here. You're gonna have some great art by Michael Turner. hopefully have some team ups with Tomb Raider and stuff like that. At least that's where I know him from. So yeah, that's pretty much my haul right here. Hope everybody liked that. So without further ado, we're going to my boy TM. What's up, bro? It's your turn.
All right. You know how I love Shadowhawk.
You don't say.
And he's upside down. So I got the Wizard holofoil card. So that is pretty pumped up. Brother Joe, make sure to save me a hamburger. I'm on my way after the show. Next up, speaking of holofoil covers, I got Wildcats Covert Action Team #2 holofoil cover. Speaking of 90s holofoil cover action, Wildcats Covert Action Team.
Nice.
And the up and coming Wonder Woman. I got Wonder Girl. Holofoil cover as well.
You love foil.
But I also got that one too. So, love me some Yara 4. All right, next up, I got these both at the same time.
Whoops.
Hello.
Sorry.
How's it going, buddy? I got my Blowtorch #1, the Bueller exclusive. And of course it comes with the black and white. So I'll pop this out, show you guys the signature. But for some odd reason, Bob signed this one as well. So maybe he signed both of them. So maybe I'm the only one that has signed Blowtorch, Bueller exclusive from Bob and Bueller. Who's specking now? And of course, I got the Bueller and Bob exclusive chest from Second Sight as well. I love this cover, especially the Virgin cover for this chest. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to delve into that. Of course, I got the signatures as well. But started off the show in Shadowhawk. Now let's move on to something else I never shut up about, and a series that you guys should all be reading. Like, come on, guys, Beast Wars.
Oh, I dropped that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably. I'm loving where the story is going. Some of the art in the book is kind of questionable, especially how they drew Cheetor in some of the panels. I'm talking to you. You're watching this. I know you're watching it. Draw him better. But yeah, I got that cover. I got this cover, which is also sick. And I got this cover, which is
that's a nice cover. I like that one.
Yeah. And then also I gotta just show off this cover that
Oh God.
my brother showed or sent me. Phable. Thank you, Phable, again for sending me this. So gotta show my love for the Beast Wars. Beast Wars. Rawr.
Woo! There you go. Oh man, that was good. So of course, anybody who liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to not just mine, but TM Nerdy's channel over there. You know what I'm saying? You know? Ding, ding, ding that bell for notifications for future videos. And let's keep rocking with this. Of course, we have description down below to the other members of the Bad Batch up in there. Well, we're hoping some of them pop in, but while they do that, I'm going to start plugging stuff that I didn't get to plug earlier. Or I didn't even put it in here. Never mind. We'll plug that later. So, Yeah, man.
So, have you watched The Army of the Dead yet?
Nope.
No, I guess we're not
I
talking
think
about
we're not talking about that, right?
that.
So
Damn it.
now,
What is coming up? Like, what did you? I'm guessing you watched the what's the name of that? Wow. What's that Marvel movie coming out?
Black Widow,
No, the other one. Like you can't even
Shang-Chi,
remember it. No, the
Shang-Chi.
other one.
There's a
No,
lot
the
of
Eternals.
them.
The Eternals.
Jesus,
The
there's
one
a
that
lot
just
of
dropped. The one that just dropped. What did you think of the Eternals trailer?
I didn't see it. I knew there was a trailer that I was supposed to see. I was like, wait a minute, what trailer was I supposed to see for the show?
You
Oh
couldn't even remember
boy.
the name. I couldn't even remember the name. It was lacklustrous, to say the least.
What you think of it?
Yeah,
You can tell
lacklustrous.
me. Yeah, you didn't like it?
Yeah, no.
Nothing. They showed you
It
nothing.
didn't really, like, I'm guessing so. The whole thing is they've been there this whole time. Like, and they even make a joke at the end of the trailer saying, like, oh, okay. So now that Captain America is gone, or Tony Stark's gone, who's gonna lead the Avengers? And then, like, one of them's like, I will. And then, like, it was just, so they've been there the whole time, and they just stood back and did nothing this entire time without helping anything. So I don't know what's going on. Like, it's a weird concept if you ask me.
Yeah. I know nothing of the Eternals, so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you nothing. I just know Angelina Jolie is in it. I'm a fan of hers since Tomb Raider, so I'm shaking. You're shaking her. You probably don't like her, but I do. I love her.
She's
So
overhyped.
I guess for you, but not for me. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I grew up a big fan of her. So I tried to see her on that. See what role she plays and stuff like that. Who else is in that? I don't even know who else is in that. Don't they have a good cast?
Jon Snow. Jon Snow is playing.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
Black
right.
Knight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Black Knight. I forgot he's gonna be in there. I can't. Oh yeah, I want to see how he is. Maybe. I'll give anything a chance. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I don't know nothing about Eternals, but why not give it a chance? I do want to read the original Jack Kirby run, the 19-issue run. You know what I mean? They've had that an omnibus form and everything, but I think it's sold out or something like that. I don't even know if it's available anymore. But hopefully I think they print it again, and I'll probably get it. But is that something you interested in reading that Jack Kirby one day?
Yeah, I do, but it's like I think it's like quite a bit, isn't it, for the omnibus? And I think that's the only way you could get it. You can't get it in like trade form, like pick it up by volumes. So you need to get it that collected edition, I think, or you could get the Marvel Unlimited and probably read it from there.
Yeah, I do have the Marvel Unlimited, so I could read it from there.
See,
You know what I mean?
what I'd really like, I do want to read that, and then I also want to read Jack Kirby's New Gods, like when he did New Gods as well.
Don't tell Brandon that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jack Kirby ripped off the guy who did the Eternals to do the New Gods.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He ripped up his own self. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I saw that coming. I saw that, but I told myself to watch it, and I couldn't remember what trailer was it that I needed to watch. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have to start writing stuff down, man. You know what I mean? But yeah. I did hear some news of the new cast of Craven the Hunter. You heard about that one?
No, I didn't. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson. You know who that is?
Oh, wait, I did see his name floating around, but I didn't really look into it that much further.
Yeah, he's gonna play Craven the Hunter.
That'd be cool.
I think he's a good actor, but I kind of wanted someone a little bigger to play him. You know, not
Who
bigger
knows?
in name, but big a little.
He could pump up for that.
Maybe. Um, yeah, I don't know how to feel about this because Craven the Hunter, it's a his solo movie, and I'm like he's a villain for Spider-Man. You know what I mean? And he's not Venom. You know what I mean? Venom did well because of his name. You know what I mean? As bad as the movie was, even though I still enjoyed it, it was a bad movie, but I still was able to enjoy that
Craven's
movie.
interesting. Like, if they're gonna cast him as Craven, they might be doing it like setting it up like as an origin story kind of. I don't know how they would do it. Like, eventually he's gonna be a villain. Like, I could see them doing like a solo movie for him and doing that Aaron guy and having him play like an origin story for him, because that would be interesting. Not gonna lie, because like the only thing I know mostly about Craven is from the Spider-Man TV show and how he had messed up head and how he kind of came in and out of it, and that was a little interesting to me. But who knows how they're gonna do it? And is it Sony?
Yeah, it's Sony. Sony owns it, so
Yeah.
that's probably why they're doing it. But like, I don't. It's not interesting to me. You know what I mean? I
No,
just
they're gonna screw
I
it
like
up.
I
I'm
like the
sorry,
villain.
but they're gonna screw it up.
Not even if it was an MCU movie. Like it's a villain. I like the villain. Don't get me wrong. Very historic villain. I just don't see him in his own movie. I don't. I just like Doctor Octopus maybe, but not him. You know what I mean? I know they're trying to set up like I think
Sinister
um
Six.
Sinister Six Fargate says Craven and Sinister Six. They're trying to set up for that. So I guess, but I don't know. Like I don't even know if they're gonna go through because they were gonna do a Silver Saber movie, and then they were gonna do a Black Cat, and then they changed their mind, gonna do both of them put together, and then now they changed their mind for that. So I don't know what Sony's gonna do. I just think like they're doing good with their Spider Verse. You know what I mean? I guess the Carnage
Yeah, but you
he
gotta
comes out,
think
but
about that too. The only good movie that they've come out with solo, uh, like Venom did all right. Venom's gonna be like it's bringing in people, so it's
almost a
making
billion.
sales.
So
Um,
it did its money. It made its money.
uh, so that's one, and then Into the Spider Verse is another. The only reason Spider Man's doing so well is because it's connected with Marvel. They have that connection with that character, and that's another thing. People are getting hyped for Venom because they think eventually it'll cross over with Marvel. That's the only reason it's getting the hype. That's the only reason they're getting expanded more and hyped more is because of that potential. But if Craven comes out and all these are coming out and they're saying they're strictly keeping it with Sony, then these movies are just going to kind of go down further. Like, not going to say like Morbius. I will probably check out Morbius. Not going to lie, but like they could have gotten started off with better characters, like Otto Octavius. Um,
I think they were trying to do that. I mean, I agree with you, but I think what they're trying to do is trying to do different characters because we've seen Otto before on film and stuff like that. But still,
yeah,
we've seen Mysterio before, so I guess they were trying to be different. Craven, we haven't really seen him on film, on the big screen. So I think that's what they were thinking. But like, unless they have like, who they gonna have other than is this gonna be him or just? I know they're building up for the Sinister Six, maybe, but are there gonna be cameos with other villains, all that? How that turned out, you know what I mean? There's gonna be no Spider-Man. Is there gonna be a mention of Spider-Man? Because in the Venom ones, there's not really a mention of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So
in the Morbius, there's a poster of Spider-Man,
there's a poster. See?
and
So like,
the Vulture shows up at the end, or in the
yeah,
movie at one point, like in the trailer,
yeah, in the
something like that.
trailer. So yeah. So is that good enough for people? Are they gonna like mention him or? This is where I'm confused. You know what I mean? Like he's part of the Spider-Man world, but you're not gonna have Spider-Man in it in any kind of way. I don't know how that works with the contract with
Well,
the
they
MCU,
can
but
eventually. Yeah, it's kind of weird because how the rights would work with that because they're lending. Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man, so they should be able to do whatever they want. But they have like a rights that there can't be a movie at the same time. They can't coincide or like make them feel like it's going to cross over in any way.
I don't know how it works, but I always thought since they have Spider-Verse and all that, they were saying, oh, bring Andrew Garfield back or something like that, or his character back. And maybe they could go that route. And Tom Holland Spider-Man's a different Spider-Man. And whoever plays Spider-Man in their world, maybe have a cameo. Maybe like in a suit. You don't even have to cast anybody. You know what I mean? Just to at least have him in the background somewhere punching them. Or, oh, he caught me over here. You know what I mean? They're going to get revenge one day.
Web come up, web come down. You don't even have to have him in the shot. Just web come down, shoot him in.
But I think they could still have him in the shot. They could still have him in the shot or something like that. Or I don't know. It's kind of strange, like having all these characters from the Spider-Man world, not having Spider-Man. I feel kind of weird about that. You know, being a Spider-Man fan and everything like that. So station. So yeah, Sony has movie rights to Spider-Man and all the villains. Yes, that's what we know. So they have the movie rights and everything. But Spider-Man, they have the rights for him. But what is in that contract? Can they use?
Yeah, because they have Spider-Man? They have like a deal with Marvel right now with Spider-Man. That's it. Not any of the villains, not Venom, none of this. So like in that contract, like yeah, Sony does own the rights. We both know that. But they have a certain contract with Marvel for what movies Spider-Man could be in or what it like we don't know what that contract says. Like what kind of freedom does Spider-Man have when he's in the MCU at a certain time? Because Tom Holland can't be doing MCU movies and Sony movies at the same time. It's like dude's a kid. Almost like he's still in his early 20s and like probably like they'd be filmed in two separate areas, so they can't do that. So there's probably like rules and regulations of when he can film, when he can't film, and there's probably a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Missing Link says they can use Tom Holland on any movie they want. Yes, but how does his contract work? Because I know he's filmed with the MCU for a couple of more films. They were talking about he has one full film of his and then like 2 appearances or something like that. Does that count in their own, or they can do their own little contract with him, and that and the MCU, whatever count they have to have him, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm a little confusing. That's why it's confusing.
It's confusing too. Like, okay, let's say this: if the MCU has a movie coming up that they want Spider-Man in, and then Sony has a movie coming up that they want Spider-Man in at the same time, where does he go? Where because he still has the rights, does Marvel automatically get him because of the deal that they made out, or does Sony say fuck you to Marvel and just go over to Sony and just keep and put him in the Sony movie?
Like supposedly they already worked out a deal or something like that. I'm not too sure if they were working on one, but Fargas says Miles Morales cameo in the next movie of the Sinister Six, Spider-Man, the 4th movie, a little cameo of Miles Morales. Yeah, they might have something like that. They might have I would love to see Miles Morales. I would take that. I would take a Miles Morales character and put him in there. You know what I mean? Like maybe they part of Miles Morales' world where his Spider-Man dies. You know what I'm saying? Spoiler, sorry. Spoiler. And his Spider-Man, and then bring him part of the world. They could do that. I would like to see that. You know what I mean? What else? Billy says we're specking. You know what I mean?
we kind of are. We're specking on who has the rights.
Language, Travis.
Who has the rights more? Yeah, that kind of just slept out. You know what I'm all about.
You know that you're allowed 1 or 2 slips. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're the slip bros.
I like any of the Bad Batch guys want to come in here and chime in. If you want to, come on, man. We're waiting for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're allowed one more F word.
One more F word. And then we got to shut down. You know what I mean? And yeah, so yeah, that's I thought that was interesting. Me being part of it, loving Spider-Man. Of course, it's a Spider-Man villain. I'm probably gonna want to go see it. You know, I'm still gonna see it. So,
But you know who's supposed to show up in Venom 2?
No.
Mephisto.
Mephisto. Sure. You
Actually,
bro?
you know what's funny? That Daredevil, the Guardian Devil, Vol.1. You know what character is actually in that book too? Mephisto.
Mephisto.
I was looking at the description of it. And I was looking at characters that are in it, and I was like, Mephisto.
Yeah, so I guess that's interesting. I like the actor. I think he'll do a good job. I just, I wanted a little bit bigger, bulkier, but I guess he can bulk up himself. It's happened before in the movies. People talking about that with Wonder Woman, wanted it bigger, and then I like Gal Gadot. So, you know what I mean? So it probably work out, even though I'm going to see him as Quicksilver or Kick-Ass, but, that those roles are behind him. And I don't mind him doing another Marvel character because it's kind of a Sony movie that's not part of the MCU. So I'm good with the actor. I guess you're good with the actor too? No? Okay. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just screwing with you.
So you're good with the actor?
Yeah, it's all right. But I don't know. To me, he should be aged up more. The guy that's playing him is younger. The Craven, I remember, like I said, I didn't read any Craven. Don't know Craven from the comics or anything. I just remember from the show. He was much older than Spider-Man. And, a gruffed man that's been, in the jungle for years and just survived off the land for years and then turned into a beast at some points. So I don't know how this guy, but he does have some range, so I think he might be able to pull it off. And who knows, they might just want a younger actor so it can go longer. Maybe he come back into the fold somewhere down the line, someone that they can work with further down the line.
Probably. They're going to keep Spider-Man's rights. We're not going to see him going in MCU, all the villains and all that. So we're going to just have to deal with that.
Maybe this is Sony's plan to get start off characters, make a universe, sell the rights back to Marvel, or get a percentage of the rights to have them cross over to the MCU sometime.
Yeah,
that could be in the future, and then they sit back and they're just nice.
And they're nice. Man, yeah, that could be. But a lot of people were hoping the Venom did bad and all these movies do bad so they could sell it out to MCU. I just don't think they'll give it up just like that,
No, it's not giving up the rights. They're gonna keep the characters. They make good movies, and then they give the pieces like they are to Spider-Man. And this guy, I'm out.
Bye, TM. That's all right. I brought a replacement white boy. We're good.
Station.
Oh, replacement co-host right there.
Hey, y'all. So y'all talking Craven the Hunter, huh?
Yeah, we're talking Craven. What do you think? Do you think he's a good actor or?
Well, I happen to enjoy a little bit of Craven myself. From Craven's Last Hunt, this is when he offs himself right here.
One of the better storylines.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Period. Yep.
1987 was a good year for Spider-Man. No, I don't mind Aaron Taylor Johnson in the role. He is young. I do agree with TM there. The thing I can say, though, is are they going to go with Craven as he is, or is this one of the clones, right? Spencer killed the original, so can this be one of the 87 clone sons of Craven? Who knows? So there is room in the mythology, I suppose, for us to have had a Craven before in the MCU that was lost to the annals of time, and this is just one of the clones. Gives them a chance to introduce the High Evolutionary, which I think is something that Marvel wants to do, right? Since they introduced Rocket Raccoon, so I think it could be a good choice. What, buddy? You want to talk too? Go ahead.
Station.
So, but I don't know. I mean, you guys were having a great conversation about it, though. I'm excited. Do you think that this movie's actually going to get made, or do you think that this is like Channing Tatum Gambit or any of those other MCU announcements that get made and just never materialize?
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, like we were saying earlier, Black Cat wasn't made. They were talking about that, and then Silver Sable. Then they combined them, and then now they're not making it, or maybe they are. I think they're trying to see how they go with the next Venom 2. You know how that does. I think he agrees with me. So
he does. Well, he's asking about Morbius. He's like, dude, they announced and filmed Morbius, and we still ain't seen that damn movie. So,
Right.
But I think a lot of it's going to be contingent on Sinister War. I think because Craven is going to be part of Doc Ock's crew in Sinister War. So is this, if the character doesn't take off, if that book doesn't take off, if there's not enough interest generated, not enough buzz from this announcement, partnered with sales of that book, I think that it'll get pigeonholed for a while. Personally, but
yeah, because I just don't see Craven the Hunter, like I was saying earlier, being that character that drives people to go see it. You know what I mean? Venom had that star power already. I don't think Craven has that. You know what I mean? I think he was better being a villain in one of Spider-Man's movie in the future. I've always wanted to see him in against Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So that's he agrees. See, I told you.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Oh, yeah. I agree with Fargate. I want Stiltman. I think Stiltman would be an amazing villain, and
that'd be pretty interesting to see how they work that out. Stiltman. Stefan said, "Why do you guys want Craven to be old?" That was TM.
I think
to be old.
Not like older, like kind of like, I don't know. I would say, what would be like, just like
in his 30s, maybe. Do you want him like
because
in his 30s?
Aaron's that age, but like he looks young. Somebody that's like 35 and looks 35.
The only thing with Aaron and he's not short, dude. I'm only 5'6", so like I'm not talking smack, but the dude's only like 5'10". Like I kind of want a Craven that's like more imposing, a little bit bigger, like a Scott Eastwood like height, wise, versus what we're getting with Aaron Taylor Johnson. I also worry a little bit about his Russian accent. I mean, let's not all pretend like his Pedro was any good, so I'm a little concerned there. But I mean, dude's yoked. I mean, he's cute. He's a good looking guy. I think, he's got some star power to him. So I think he could pull it off. Depends on the script and depends on, how much Sony wants to give him. These villain one-shots are kind of risky. Venom is an anti-hero. He makes sense to be by himself. Morbius makes sense to be by himself. Craven is a villain through and through. He's not interesting enough in the comics, nor just as a character to hold his own film. I'm concerned more about that than anything else.
Yeah. Stefan said his Pedro wasn't terrible.
And I agree. He was outdid by Evan Peters, Stefan. The only thing I'll say about that is Evan didn't have to do an accent. Like Evan Peters got to be Evan Peters with like silver hair. So I mean that's a good benefit there.
Fargate said Pedro Pascal as Craven. Would you want to see that? He's like, no.
No.
Like,
Could you imagine him trying to do a Russian accent?
Oh, Pedro, I don't know, dude. Craven's kind of a good-looking dude. And Pedro, I know like that was like his thing on Game of Thrones, like he's the face, right? But that dude's that dude's head looks like an off-brand Funko Pop. I'm not gonna lie, it's like square and squished down, like he got it stuck in like a coffee can when he was little, and they couldn't get that thing out, so it kind of grew until it broke out of the coffee can. I feel that's what Pedro Pascal's head looks like fucking La Roca or whatever from Alien drew him. That's the way I feel Pedro Pascal's head looks like. So.
Fans actually try playing Pedro.
Yeah.
I guess. But I don't know who I would have wanted to cast, so I can't really complain too much. I don't hate the casting. I'm interested. Trade paper dad says Jason Momoa as Craven. I mean, he's a big dude. Like he has he looks the part and all that. I thought he would have done a good job. You know, I enjoyed him in Aquaman, so that not many people has, but I did. So I thought that was a really, really entertaining movie. But that's what I probably would have wanted to see Jason Momoa as that. But I guess they're trying not to overpay an actor for it, because Jason Momoa, I think, he's a superstar. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So he's probably very expensive, and I think Sony is trying not to spend. Not that Aaron's not worthy of having a lot of money, but I'm sure he's not gonna take that much to make this movie.
Yeah.
So
I think his cost probably dropped, right? Because what was the last blockbuster he was in was Godzilla 2014. I don't think that didn't make a ton of money, so I'm sure he's affordable.
Very, very, very. That's not a bad trade, Stefan. Steven Seagal. Okay.
Alan, I like Alan Tudyk right there. Alan Tudyk for anything, Steph, man. Alan Tudyk for anything. If that man can play a chicken in Moana convincingly, he can play Craven the Hunter for sure.
All right, and I guess we're done with the casting of this.
I think Ray Liotta.
I could see it. I could definitely see older Ray Liotta playing an older Craven.
Like, we need Ray Liotta to come in and play Cable now.
I can see it. I'll take it. I'll take it anyway. That came out dirtier than I wanted it to.
Yeah, so I guess we'll move on to the next subject. You guys heard? Yeah, I got another subject. Yeah, you believe it? I came a little bit prepared, not too much prepared. I don't want to ruin my reputation, but how about on Amazon buying MGM Studios? What do you guys think of that?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
The trick with Amazon buying MGM is kind of like Paramount launching their streaming service. I think like it sounds really cool on paper, but the problem that Paramount's running into is they don't want to pay royalties on those streaming rights, so they're not releasing their whole catalog anyway. So it sounds really cool on paper that they bought MGM. That really doesn't mean that we're going to get a whole bunch of MGM stuff. We'll get these like slow releases. So I think Amazon Prime is it's a good move. I just don't know how much it's going to impact us as the viewers. You know what I mean? You're just going to put your head on the table.
They did spend a good penny. They spent $8.45 billion. Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You
No,
know
that's a ton of cash. But then it's like, do you want to pay all those actors royalties on those streams? You know what I mean? And licensing to the directors, and that's where it all kind of boils down, you know. Paramount's its own station, and it won't even do it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I had to say what's up to Dylan.
Oh no, dude!
That son of a
Dylan, I give Death Proof and Planet Terror 4.5. Was going to give Planet Terror 4.
This is not what we're talking about.
I want to talk to Dylan right now.
Disembodied voice of TM has spoken, bro.
It said Amazon bought MGM for more than Disney bought Star Wars and Marvel combined.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're just getting for the rights of James Bond. So are they gonna do that thing where it's in the theater and you can stream it and charge $30? That kind of thing. That's why they did it for their Amazon Prime streaming or something like that. I don't know, but I was always wondering that because there's like I don't see like MGM having too much great franchises. I mean, they have the Rocky series, you know, the Creed movie. The third Creed movie is coming out next year. I guess they can stream that. You know what I mean? There's not much. Like they Poacher Dice, you know, Barbershop, Legally Blonde, Pink Panther. That's a few of them that I saw on there. But that I think that it's part of this deal. At least that's what I read in the report. I don't know there's any other franchise that's attached to this deal, like you were saying. So it's pretty interesting. I'm like,
Do they get Miramax and all the Weinstein Company catalog as well with this purchase, or did MGM already offload that? Because I mean, that's a lot of really great indie type films that'll probably be pretty cheap to put on streaming services, but carry some pedigree. So,
yeah, I didn't see much. They showed the list, but I don't know. When I read the report, it was like they weren't sure exactly the whole list they were getting. So like it's up in the air what they're gonna get still. At least what I read. You know what I mean? So I really don't know. It'd be nice if they did. I mean, I think if they're gonna pay that much money, I'm guessing they did that because I don't know if James Bond brings them that much money. You know, I know they bring them money. James Bond's very popular, but I don't think they're that popular. You know?
Yeah.
So
well, and Amazon already has like Jack Ryan. They already kind of have they already have somebody that fills that space in their streaming marketplace. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's a great move for Amazon. I don't know what, like I said, what it'll translate to in terms of like stuff for us. Are we going to get young James Bond as a streaming series, or are they going to utilize it for spinoffs and the rights to other characters? Because I know they bought the film rights, but I don't think that translates to all of the rights to the characters and everything else. So, you know, I'm not legal enough to know.
I think it's just like up in the air. Like everybody's trying to like between Netflix, Amazon, and Disney Plus, they're out buying stuff because like Disney Plus got like National Geographic and Fox, and so Amazon Prime is trying to compete and being like, okay, we'll buy this movie, MGM, and that. So before they do,
for sure.
Well, we'll see.
Is Disney still going to buy DC Comics?
Yeah, that little news like popped up a little bit. Was it this week? Of Disney like maybe buying DC, and people, oh no, don't happen. I think everybody says against it because they want competition and all that, and I agree with that sort of. But I think if Disney were to buy DC, I think DC will still have nothing to do with the Marvel side of it. I think they'll be controlled. They're two different companies. Disney owns it, but they're still two different, like Star Wars. I mean, even though they still use them in the comics, Marvel, but it's still different companies and big companies. So I think if Disney bought DC, I think they have their own people running that, and I think people who care running that. Yeah, so if that were to happen,
that's exactly right, because like that's why I like Marvel owning everything, or not Disney owning everything. Like they have the budget to put out great content and stuff, and then give the people that love doing the content. Like Marvel, they have their own people doing it. Pixar, they still have their own people doing it. I forget what else that they own. They own quite a bit now. They give them the rights to do it, and then they still drop great stuff with the right budget. So if they did take on DC, or I'm guessing it would be Warner Brothers they'd be buying, wouldn't it?
I think that they're just buying DC Comics. They're not buying Warner Media. So I don't think that they get any of the licensing for the films and animation departments. I think they're just basically buying the physical publisher, the comic book publisher. So the fear with that would be Disney doing what they did it to themselves. Marvel stopped pushing X-Men heavy and started pushing remember they started pushing the Inhumans really heavy for a while because they wanted to starve out Fox. You know, so like my fear would be they buy DC and then we start to see they start to cut that down so Warner can't make money on the film side. Because what Bueller showed us not too long ago is that movies do not translate heavily to an increased sale of the comic book. You know what I mean? The comics do not gain a huge amount. Who ends up paying more for comic books are us, the people that already are going to buy comic books anyway. We pay those spec prices. There isn't some soccer mom that all of a sudden got interested in Iron Man and is going to drop, $200 on a first appearance. That just doesn't happen. So it's like, if they own DC Comics, the films doing well only hurts the MCU. It doesn't help the sale of those comic books. Yeah. So that's my fear, is that they starve us out.
I got excited there for a second because I thought it was like they're gonna buy Warner Brothers and like have the DC rights and like the movie rights and stuff. Like then they might actually pump out great stuff, have great creative teams under that section of their Disney's media, and then just pump out movies. But you just said that it was just DC, so that made me less excited.
Yeah, I believe, and I could be wrong, Chad. If I'm wrong, dude, guys, definitely let me know, because I'm definitely by no means an expert.
I heard that it was just the comics, but that Disney does want the WB rights too. And I guess that's why it never went down. At least that's what I heard.
Man, but, could you imagine if Disney did get the rights to WB? Could you imagine like they'd have like the WB on Disney Plus, like you'd have WB Kids and all the old cartoons from like, oh man,
that would be.
We got to make this happen now, guys.
That would be dope.
Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. It might not happen. But I agree with Chamorro. I think it's just the comics, because I think they're saying like AT&T doesn't care much about the comic side of it. They care more for the movie side. So all the good things we're seeing with the DC, I think is a way they put in a lot of energy toward it for us to like it. So maybe Disney or somebody else buys maybe the rights to sell the comics. You know what I mean? The DC comics, because I don't think they really AT&T really cherishes the comic book side of it, like we do. You know what I mean? So yeah. What do you think of that, TM? You think you're like, no, the whole thing. So yeah, I can't. I'm all for it, but I know that there's some people that don't want it. There's a lot of DC fans who would hate that, because they hate Marvel no matter what. It doesn't matter what Marvel does. They just have that rivalry, which I don't get. Like, why do you limit yourself? You could, like, you know what I'm saying? I love Marvel, I love DC, and I love indie, so I'm not gonna limit myself to just one company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard Cruella was really good.
Yeah, Dylan was talking about that earlier.
I have not watched it. I probably won't buy the Disney premiere. I'll probably just wait for it, but I'm worth checking out. It has
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, yeah.
Yep, has Emma Stone up in there. So
a role I'd never
I'm
think
a big
that
fan
she'd
of her,
be
so
playing. Like, if you were ever to tell me that she'd be playing Cruella, like, in the future, I'd be like, yeah, no, I don't see that. Like, because my first introduction to her was House Bunny. You ever watch that?
No. The only things I've really ever seen her in are Gwen Stacy, and then that movie with Steve Carell where she's his daughter, and it's got This Is Us. That's a TV show. Yeah. Anyway, it's got Steve Carell, and it's got that guy from Young Hercules. What the hell's his name?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have the movie. I just don't remember the name right now.
Anyway, no, it's Steve Carell gets divorced in like middle age, you know, and then like he goes Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling takes him under his wing to like make him like a ladies' man.
Thank you, Stefan. Crazy Sexy Love.
So Crazy Sexy. That's a great film. Crazy Stupid Love. Whichever one it is a great film.
Yeah, right. Maria, she loves that movie. Crazy Stupid Love. There you go. Crazy Stupid Love. You finally got it. Thanks,
No.
love. Yeah, that's a movie we both enjoyed. We bought the Blu-ray ones, got some pizza that night, and then just watched it. We made a movie night with that movie because I love Emma Stone, and I thought she was awesome in that too. She's also on that what's that comedy? That comedy with that was horrible. I'm horrible with names, man. I gotta get better with that. But
Oh, Station Hotness. I'm glad you could make it.
Station with McLovin. That movie with McLovin.
Oh yeah, it's super bad. Yeah,
super bad. There you go.
I forgot she was in that because
yeah, she's in
she's
there.
not.
That's
She's not
where I
the
knew
main.
her from. That's where I knew her from. So I was already a fan.
And Zombieland, of course.
Zombieland. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that she's a natural blonde.
Really?
Yeah. And she dyed her hair in some movie.
No,
I don't know. She
she's
dyed
a
her hair red.
redhead.
I know,
Sure?
she's a natural blonde.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was a red hair that dyed her hair blonde to do Gwen Stacy.
No, she dyed her hair blonde, back blonde. She's like, I'm so glad to be back blonde, like to my natural color.
Yeah. Look at that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
So
she looks better with red hair though.
I'm just gonna pause real quick because I have to make one statement before my wife comes charging out. Your son is sleeping on the floor right here, so I didn't I didn't leave him anywhere, honey. He's here. Trust me, he's just asleep. I had him for a while, so if you're wondering where he went, he's here.
Yeah, trust him. He knows TM.
That's
Exactly.
That's really important, right?
Child Protective Services come banging on my door. What?
You
Yes.
just randomly like, hey, Chamorro, is this yours?
Yeah. It's
like he's like, what the? I didn't get all the way over there. Like he moves fast.
What I'm hoping,
he got kind of quiet.
what I'm hoping is that that the cops would come in, kick down my door, come through. I'm sitting here, and they go, "Oh, you're on Herm Stream. My bad.
Yeah, all is forgiven.
Yep.
Dylan said Big Herm TM's voice soothing Chamorro's kid to sleep.
That it did.
There you go. We're magical. The baby's editing Chamorro's video for him. Phable.
Oh.
You're just like cut to like the baby just.
He'd probably figure it out. This kid's obsessed with he has a mouse that he carries around like a keyboard mouse that he drives around like a car. He loves keyboard. He's just obsessed with all that stuff. Phones.
I got homework for him. He needs to read this.
Beast Wars. And you know what? I read that with Kyrie. I read the last issue with Kyrie, and I don't know. She's enjoying it. I think she'll enjoy it more when Black Arachnia shows up.
This one was pretty decent, eh?
Oh yeah, they're all pretty decent.
It showed a lot of Dinobots, kind of like nobleness.
Yeah,
and like he's not gonna it helps and takes care of. The only thing I did have an issue with was like some of the art, especially like with Cheetor at the end, like he's down like that. It's like it was a weird looking face that he was making. Like I was like, come on, like really?
Cheetor and the scrawny Optimus. He's really tiny. Like he looks like the Terminator. Like he's that small. Like that throws me off a bit. Because even though he is smaller in robot form, he's still not like tiny. Do you want him, honey? Here, hold on. Boom. There you go. Guys, check out Nick Comic Culture.
See that? I was like, wait, next year?
So just my shout out here. Nick Comic Culture. If you guys aren't subbed up to Nick, you really ought to be. Nick is a great young man who puts out some dope content. If you are a new collector, new to the hobby, Nick has got stuff for you. And if you're a bitter old man like me, looking at the cool shit he's got in the background, Nick's for you as well. So be sure to check out Nick Comic Culture.
Don't lie to people. Like he's literally 62 years old. He's just that good at editing his videos. It makes them look younger. That's why you don't see him live. Just saying. That's why you don't see him here right now.
I mean, he is part of the Whiplash Wednesdays with the Bad Batch. I heard of that. You know, something like that. He was in a lineup. You know, with his new comic with Deho. You know, you guys hear that?
Dude,
You know?
his hauls have been great, and
Yeah,
he's been
man.
hitting up all those shops this week. He's gonna have more and more dope fire to drop on us, man. What scares me is he's picking up all these books, and I got to compete against him in Comigories next Monday. So he's stocking up.
He is. I didn't
know
even
it.
think of that.
Just
I know it.
don't lose to the True Believers. Don't lose to all the True Believers you just picked up, because that'd be pretty embarrassing. You know?
What I'm gonna do is on all my Mylar, I'm just gonna put a little 9/8 sticker right here on everything. So I'll be like, it's a 9/8. It's a 9/8. This is a key. Doesn't matter if the artwork is junk. It's a key. That's what I'm gonna tell everybody.
Yeah. We all remember Brandon's rant about 9.8 being. I could. So yeah, this week I got to read this one. You guys read this one, the last row?
Oh yeah. My wife has all my books in the bedroom, but yes, I did read that one.
I got to read this one. Have you read this one yet?
No.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Nobody read that one.
Nobody wants to read that one, TM.
No, I just read Spawn. I read a little. I guess I got a little bit more ahead of myself than usual. I read that The Wicked and the Divine. That was good.
Went on Amazon and ordered that one. So as soon as that one comes in, I'll be able to talk with you about that, because you got so passionate. I don't even know what it's about, but you got so passionate about it. I was like, I gotta read this.
I started reading it and I was video chatting with a bunch of guys. Well, this guy. And then they're talking and stuff, and then they're like, Travis. And they're like, holy crap, like he's in this book. And I was just like, hey guys, what's up? Like
it's really annoying. He should just hang up with us, you know what I mean? But he stays there reading. You know what I mean? It's annoying. It's really annoying. I like the attention to be to me.
It's just,
you know,
I can still hear everything you're saying. I'm just not paying attention to you at the same time. Like if you're calling out my name for stupid reasons, like Travis, just to say my name, like I'll go find somebody else to say my name.
Say my name.
Yeah, so back to this one. You know, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Did you like? I don't want to spoil it for people who hasn't read it yet. It's still new, but there was more stuff happening with people who, I guess spoilers, been out for a while, but Michelangelo was a survivor, so there was a few more people who we lost in the battle in this one. It shows you in there. It's pretty cool. So I guess
the cover tells you
pretty
what you
obvious.
didn't know.
Yeah, it's
but
pretty obvious that Michelangelo is because the next cover of that is Donatello's stick.
The crazy thing with The Last Ronin this month was the dimensional portal, when that opens up, and then the people from all the different eras of the cartoons come pouring through it, and we had that big team up with all the different turtles from the last 30 years. That was nuts.
That's why I wanted why I was trying to change the subject, because I don't want to.
And then the Batman comes in too. He comes in.
That could happen, man. They've crossed over before. Savage Dragon is coming too.
My wife said in the chat she doesn't have all my books in the bedroom. Some of them are on the side table right next to your desk. Thank you, honey. I did not see them. That's not where they go, but that's all right. Yeah, so no, it was a good issue. I think the problem with this issue that people are having is that it lacks the emotional punch of the turtle that died in the previous issue. That one was really intimate and really intense. This is the way they die is so bombastic. It just doesn't,
you think that's why they space it out as far as they do?
I just think Eastman.
Like for you to get
Eastman's like, fuck it, I don't.
Last issue you
You think this story they should have told the last story as a third issue and this issue as a second issue? You think they would just reverse it? Would have been better?
It might have been better. I think it would have been better for both characters to see. The thing is, like, this is really realistic. If they were to go out, chances are multiple characters might go out the same way in this kind of way. So it wasn't unrealistic. It just, the character that goes out is such a huge part. Both of them are such a huge part of a lot of our like childhood fandoms. And it's just like, it's just done and over with. I don't know if moving it to number 2 would have packed the punch. But what I do think is that if you'd have put it in number 2, you would have had a very short issue. This issue needs to be issue number 3 because there's so much other shit going on in the current time, right? That like if you put this in 2, we've burned through all that material. You wouldn't burn through that material so quickly. You'd want this to be, I don't know where else it could be except where it is. It's just one of those situations where you're like, God, I wish that they could have done better by such and such a character. But it is real. It is hard hitting. Eastman isn't trying to make you feel like they all went out like in these grandiose, heroic ways. Sometimes people just in a battle, sometimes people just die, and it's not the most, heart-wrenching way. Shit just goes south, and that's pretty much what happens here. So not a bad one. Not a bad read.
I definitely enjoyed it. Did they say how long this is gonna go? Is it gonna be a 6-issue run or something like that? Or because I don't remember them really saying how long it's gonna go.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, because at first I thought it was gonna be 3 issues, because I thought that's what I heard. But there's a continuation after this one, and then there's gonna be a continuation after the 4th one. Like TM was saying, Donatello's next. So
yeah, it really doesn't say 3 of anything anywhere. So yeah. They'll probably go for as long as IDW can keep getting us to buy books for this cost.
Probably. I think they were only supposed to be like maybe 3 or 4, and then like, oh, it's doing good. Let's keep going. You know what I mean? So
as long as it keeps coming out like whenever the hell they feel like, like 2, 3, 4 months apart, it doesn't hurt a different. They could do a main title. Like I don't think this hurts Jenica sales at all. You know what I mean? So I don't think IDW is going to care as much. Where like if this was an event that was holding up the entire line, they'd probably make them wrap it up. But as long as they want to keep telling stories, they're just going to run out of turtles before too long.
Yeah, totally. Or make a new turtle in the future or something.
Last Ronin, just freaking Bebop or Rocksteady is just sitting around in a walker at an old folks home. Or it's like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. They're just gonna be sitting on a porch taking out gangbangers. That'll be the Last Ronin issue number 7.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm guessing because I never read the full IDW run. I have like the collection collected over there, but I know Donatello dies somewhere in the series, but then he comes back to life. It's comics, I understand, but
yeah.
Have you read that, or are you just reading these Last Ronin?
Right now, I'm just reading Last Ronin. Like I'm not reading anything new. I have 2 issues of Jenica that'll go out in AOKs because I don't have a ton of interest in it. But the previous run I read just kind of sparingly, right? Whenever something major was happening and somebody would talk about it, I'd be like, oh, okay, and then I got to read it. So I read that brutal slaying of Donatello. I read when he comes back as Metalhead or whatever, and then I did not read when he was resurrected again, like fully. I just saw him again in another key, whatever issue people were talking about after that. I think it was after. I think it was after the Turtles split up, when part of them were going to run the Foot Clan and part of them were not. But it's a damn good series. It's just one of those ones that kind of gets lost in the shuffle of all of the other titles that we pick up. So it's like, if I'm gonna read Turtles, I feel like I need to drop something else, and right now I just haven't had the wherewithal to drop any indies. But
I got you. I start getting the single issues now, but I do. The 13th volume was coming up, I think, in June. I do plan on getting that one because I've been getting them little by little. I just gotta sit down and actually read them, Black rules, but
Yo.
There goes that word again. But yeah, I love Ninja Turtles since I was, Well, a lot of us did the cartoon and all that. So I'm hoping to finally get to read them and know what the heck going on with that, because I know like this is different from the main series, so at least that's why we're able to enjoy it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess TM doesn't want to come back, so
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I didn't read that. I'm out. But I
There he
also,
is. Oh no, now he's gone again.
now he's gone again because I'm going to talk about this right here.
Oh
I
man,
actually read it. Number 16. I was really excited. Really
you
excited.
cracked it open. You
Yes.
risk losing your 9-8, bro.
Yes. I
9-6 now.
did. I did. Hey, man.
Oh,
I probably could send it to the Rogue Trader. He put 9.8 it right back. You know what I mean?
Oh,
he's
dude.
that good. So,
dude, man, he's
Raider does freaking tastic jobs. If you guys are not signed up to the Rogue Trader, or you don't know who the Rogue Trader is, go on over to the Rogue Trader Utah.com.
dude. Rogue just sent me my We Lives back, and man, they are just crispy and fresh. I
You're
kind
not
of wish.
the one that can plug awesomely.
Oh. And then he sent me a couple other books in here that were dope, man.
so
Some New Mutants
hold on.
goodness.
Nice.
Sent me some New Mutants goodness.
Ooh.
Nice.
And Empire of the Dead, George Romero.
Oh,
man.
shoot.
Yeah, dude, Rogue's the
He
man,
hooked you
bro.
up, bro.
He did. I think I'm only gonna. He asked me if I wanted to send them all back to CGC, but I think I might only send one. I think I might just send issue 1
Thank you, Phable.
to CGC.
Drop his link. Want to know more about him and all that? If you want to grade, or just press it. You don't even have to grade it. Just send it to him to press it. You want your stuff crisp, like you just saw Chamorro show you. Now those We Lives. Did you read them? Then send it to him so it could be back to looking like it hasn't been read. That's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But then I got the trade. I got the trade coming. I was supposed to get it this week, but T-Fall got a diamond shipment that got sent to the wrong store, so it's supposed to be here in my next shipment. So we'll see. We'll see.
And you don't plan on pressing at all those books, or just did it so you could have great books so you could sell one day?
It's an investment piece. So like I said, I'll probably grade while they're crispy. I'll probably just grade We Live 1. I don't know if there's an ROI on the other 4. I mean, right now they're $60, but if it doesn't show up as a Netflix or something, I don't know. Like We Live 1, is $150 all day long, right? That I'm not so worried about. I'm worried about 2 through 5 just being worth 60, and then next week being worth 40, and then like I spent all that money to send it for no reason.
Right now, I heard that like number 5 is hard to find.
Oh, see, I did not know that.
So
I know I need. I think I have.
I don't know. I had Nick's
somewhere.
Kicks and Comics asking me if like I could send it to him and that. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll pay for shipping and all that." And I was like, "No, I was just gonna send it to you. Like, you're not gonna buy it off of me. That's shipping from Canada. Like, I'll try to find somebody else that will give you a copy. Or can find you a copy. So if anybody has a spare copy, or can he'll buy it and pay for shipping. Like, if you guys can get We Live number 5 for Nick's Kicks and Comics, hit me up or hit him up on Instagram.
Yeah. Make a note.
Trade paper that said my shop had We Live 1 through 5 set with the third print, 1 in it. I got it. Gotta read it this week. Yeah, man. I didn't finish reading them. I'm behind. Big surprise. But I did like what I read so far. I read the first 3 issues and I enjoyed it. So it's a fantastic series. Can't wait to finish it. And I gotta find number 5 somewhere. You said it's hard to find. It's hard to find in my own room because I can't find it. So.
There's somewhere. Nah, my shop, nobody I was surprised. I jumped on We Live at issue 4, and I called my shop and I was like, "Hey, you guys don't have We Live, do you?" Because I mean, my shop doesn't carry as many indies. If we don't order them, they don't carry them. So I was like, "Do you guys have it?" And he's like, "Well, let me check." And he's like, "Oh yeah, we got all of them." I was like, "Oh sweet." He's like, "Yeah, nobody's bought these yet." I was like, "Awesome, I'll take them all." So I lucked out there. Otherwise, yeah, it would have been tough to find first prints for sure.
You gotta read it listening to the soundtrack.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, so yeah, that seems like a pretty good series. But, did you get to read this?
No, actually, what June? It's early June when Volume 3 trade paperback comes out. So Something is Killing the Children does not get touched in our house until the trade. We only read the trades. So
I got you.
Yeah.
I remember reviewing the second one with you, like a portion of it. You know, I went and got ready and had a whole thing ready and all that, and we barely talked about it.
Oh, dude, my show gets so out of control. Like I lose track of what the heck we're supposed to be talking about. Everyone's like, "Oh man, well, you're a good host." I'm like, "No, dude, my show gets away from me every single episode. Like I don't even know what we're talking about half the time. I'm just trying my best to keep my head above water on the comments." So.
Yeah, so that's all right. So we don't have to. I enjoyed the issue so far. I was just glad to have it back. It felt like it's been gone forever for me. You know, because I do read it monthly, and James Tynion, right? Tynion? Did I say it right? Tynion. See, I always say it wrong. Tynion. Okay, Tynion. All right. Did anybody get to read this one, The Joker, number 3?
Yes.
No, still. Okay. Well, I don't want to cover the whole thing. I just had a question about the second story, the punchline story. Like, I didn't recognize the superhero in the back. Like, is she supposed to be?
I had no idea who she is either. And I was gonna go pick up Joker War to find out who the hell the guy was too. I didn't know who he was either.
I felt like I should have known. Once we find out, I'm gonna feel like a complete idiot for not knowing. But
it'll be the chat knows.
They're new characters.
They're new character. You looking it up?
No.
It's James Tynion, so there's a very good chance.
Yes.
That it's a brand new character.
I enjoyed it though. I'm enjoying these Joker issues though. I thought it was really good. And I thought the second story, like a lot of people don't like it, was good. Joker number 3. Come on, stop it. Anyway. So I think
what are you doing? What are you doing,
stories good.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to find the book.
It doesn't matter what you're doing.
He's been trying to do that all night. You know, it's just he doesn't do it right. You know.
I told Brother Joe I would.
Oh, you got that copy, the variant. I just got the cover.
Oh, dude, I knew I had to have this. Like, I mean, I've liked all the other ones. Like, I mean, the only cover I didn't pick up that wasn't a cardstock variant was for issue number 2, only because the punchline with all the little jokers, was fine. The thing is, like, I'm not a punchline fan. You know what I mean? Like, I picked up this one and I was kind of second guessing myself on that. I just wanted it to blend in with all my other Batman cardstocks because this looks like the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So I wanted it to blend in, but I was like, I don't know. I'm not a punchline fan at all.
Really? I enjoy her. I like punchline. Do you not like her for real, or you just got tired of her? Like some people got tired of her, and that's why they don't like her.
Punchline's just one of those characters that's like, in my mind, I don't necessarily see why we needed punchline. Like there are other characters that fill that void. Like she's not unique and memorable enough like Harley Quinn. She's just kind of. It feels like in Gotham when Echo showed up in Gotham and with their Joker storyline, and they were like, oh, she's the Harley of this show, but she's a little darker and a little edgier. Let's put that into the comic book. And I feel like this punchline isn't that at all, but it doesn't do anything new. She's just a vicious femme fatale, Hey, Joy Boy. Good morning. I know you like punchline. My bad, bro.
See? I agree with him.
My bad.
Because Harley is becoming a more anti-hero. So she was the answer to having a Harley Quinn. You know what I mean?
Did you guys see the
Harley Quinn?
Did you guys see the annual number 1 for Harley Quinn, the J2 variant that's coming out August 31st? Like, that's fire.
Looks like a character from a fighting game, don't it? Kind of look like a Capcom character.
Yeah, I like Chew's covers and that. They're like pretty good. And that one, it's just like I can't do it justice from here, but like it's so clean looking and so yeah.
Stefan said Joker needs a counterpart. That's why it works.
You know what Joker needs to do is like create his own little like Robin. That would be like the perfect counterpart. Like, because Joker's in love with Batman, doesn't care about anybody else. What would be like the most like either that or make like a kind of Batman kind of sidekick?
Station.
Yeah, that is a good one too.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Go ahead.
Joker did. I mean, he did take over. He did take over Dick for a little bit in the Joker War. There, we did get to see Dickie Boy. I do like that idea.
Yeah, he needs to create his own, like not take from Batman, but have his own kind of Robin type dude. He doesn't need like Punchline or Harley Quinn or like that'd be the perfect counterpart. And then that would be a good villain for the current Robin.
I want to see him partnered up with somebody who's his equal, but not another clown. Like I wouldn't mind seeing him partnered up with, like Poison Ivy, for example, somebody that can put Joker in his place. You know what I mean? Like right now, he has these weird power dynamics with all the female characters that he's with, and I'm not super thrilled about it. You know what I mean? I would like to see. I'd like to see Joker. I'd like to see that role reversal, even with Punchline. If Punchline was shown to be smarter or stronger, something that would tip that power balance, because we get these female characters that seem to be dependent on Mr. J, and I'd like to see that shift. But it is what it is. Like Steph said, they needed to give him a counterpart, and she's different than Harley Quinn. No one's ever gonna say Punchline's just another Harley Quinn. So, bravo to Tynan for figuring it out. Where he wanted to go with it. So,
I enjoy the character. I like her since the beginning, even though I couldn't get her first official. Hellrisen 3 is supposed to be her official first appearance. I saw it right in my face. I was like the next person to get it, and then they ran out of copies, and then my old LCS guy didn't save one for me, so I missed out on that one. But I got all the other ones. But I enjoy the character. I enjoy the story here. That story at the end is a Punchline story, but the little twist in the end with another character, I kind of enjoyed that and how it ended. You know what I mean? It was like, oh crap! Like she totally suckered her. And
I wish I knew who she was. And I don't know. That guy doesn't show up in Joker War or anything, right? He's not somebody we should know, right? The guy that was in there, is he just some rando?
I don't remember him, so I don't think so. I guess we'll find out the next issue. It got me intrigued,
He's Red X. That's the new spec. That was first appearance.
There's a couple one shots coming out, that's called what was it? Batman Secret Files. It's a what's his face? Can't even think of his name now. That Clown Hunter. Ooh. And then there's another one that's called Huntress. It's one shot coming out for each of them, but they're not written by Tynan.
We're gonna get that confused all the time. Tynan. So so I got to read a couple of issues. You know what I mean? I'm trying to catch up to my DCs. So I'm guessing, Travis, you still haven't gotten your stuff that came out last Wednesday. So every time I show something, you probably didn't read it.
Well, I got my. I think. Wait, did Joker come out this week?
So Joker came out the week before.
Oh yeah, I got it, but I haven't read it yet. I was reading other stuff.
You could have read it and talked about it in the show. See. Not your fault.
He's got Shadowhawk 2 to read. All right, he's got to get caught up on that backlog.
Yeah, get caught up.
You know, one thing, like I read Beast Wars as soon as I got it. Like I wasn't even finished unpacking. I was like, "Yep, here it is."
Yeah, I guess, but nobody else is reading that, so or maybe tomorrow. But
dude, aside from last Ronin and Robin, I haven't read any of my books yet. Like I haven't read Two Moons. I haven't read DOT.
That one?
Oh yeah, I read that one. That one I stopped. Well, that one actually, you know what stopped me? I was getting ready for the show Wednesday night. And Kyrie came up to me at the dinner table and said, "Daddy, can we read Robin?" So then we read Robin because she loves that book. She loves that book. And like I said before, I'm kind of a little concerned that my LCS has got to like have me on some sort of watch list. Because my daughter like right away goes in there like 2 weeks ago and she's like, "I need Robin too, you know, with the girl. She rips that little boy's heart out." I'm like, "Oh shit, they're gonna wonder what kind of pair."
It's like, what the hell?
But she loves that book. She loves that book.
What was the name of that character again? I already forgot her name.
Flatline.
Flatline.
Yeah, Flatline.
Yeah. So I thought I enjoyed this one.
It's not just Tinian. It's not just Tinian. Tynan creating new characters. Yeah. Nope. So.
Joshua Williamson.
They got to have the next character waiting in the wings because if this Crush and Lobo book doesn't take off, then they're like, "Shit, we invested all this time and money into Crush. We need the next character ready to go." So,
well, Crush isn't a new character. Crush has been out for a while.
Oh, I know it, but she's got to. Hopefully, this Crush and Lobo book brings her up to the main big leagues. She's not that old.
She's not old. You know, she's still a new character technically because it
was just
been around for a couple of years. So. She's still a baby,
Previous, it was only like 2 arcs ago, really, in Teen Titans, I think.
Teen Titans 20.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So of course I read this one.
Yeah, I'm specking.
Dude.
Of course I read that one. Did you read that one? Detective?
No.
Detective? Nobody?
I didn't even pick up Detective this week, dude. It was so expensive, and Tiff picked up my books, so I wasn't about to say, "Honey, by the way, I need 2 more books that aren't on my list. I need Detective Comics and Action." So I'm just gonna have to, if she's not watching, I'm gonna have to sneak over and buy those 2 books at some point.
Hey, Herm, there's a new Batman book coming out. There's a new Batman book coming out called I Am Batman.
It's not working, bro. It's not working.
No, I'm dead serious. Look it up. I Am Batman is coming out.
Nice.
See, I don't trust you all night. See, that's what happens.
All right, let me know in the chat because some of you know. Phable knows that it's coming out. It's a continuation of Second Son.
Really?
Hey, that's it. I don't think anybody's reading the Harley Quinn one. A lot of people don't like Harley Quinn. So.
Oh man, I'm loving it. I'm not liking those covers though because I don't like that kind of.
Yeah, I'm not digging the boring A cover. That's what I get all the time.
I'm not digging that. I do like the Chew. The Chew variants are where it's at. I love those. I'm
digging the story. I'm digging the story of the first 2. This one I didn't like as much as the first 2. I think it was terrible. I think it was terrible because it's continuing on with her trying to get an AA meeting with all the people involved that Joker abused and stuff. So that's pretty interesting. But it wasn't as good as the first 2, but I still enjoyed it. I understand if nobody enjoys it because of the art. I understand. So I'm not mad at you.
Yeah,
but, the story's pretty good. Stephanie Phillips, she's pretty damn good. I like her.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm picking it up because her story, like the story is great. The art not so much, but like it grows on you. Like you can accept it. But I still haven't got that book yet. But the Chew variant with the, yeah,
man,
dude, Travis is not lying to you, Herm, dude. You throw that up, man. Look at that cover. That is sick. That is.
I believe you. I believe them.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't heard of that. So I should have trusted him. He's TM.
He's TM. Trust him. He's TM. So that is a hot cover. But I'll probably get the A cover. I'll get the boring A cover. Just me. I'm boring.
I think that is the A cover.
Well, dude, you spend enough on your haul. You don't need to be spending an extra $1 a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to do less specking and just want get the books to read. Like I feel bad, like I said, like I always say this, but I know the comics don't have feelings, but you know, the more books you get so I can read it, the better for me and then for the creators. You know, that's how I feel. If you're getting the same book like 3 or 4 or 5 times, and then my spending is way too big, and I can't get those other books, you know, like damn, I really wanted to read that, but I had to get these 5 copies of Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Spider-Man. It was just like the same copy. So I'm trying to lay off of that. Phable, I still love you. King of variants. Still, I live through you now with those variants. You know what I mean? I will pick up some different ones, but I'm trying to like, yeah, you know, my pocket, you know, it's screaming. You know, like my wife is also, you know, come on, dude, come on, you know. So tomorrow, you know, I know how you feel. So.
Oh yeah.
So,
John Ridley. John Ridley is writing I Am Batman from 12 Years a Slave and Black Panther. John Ridley. That's gonna be a dope book,
okay,
dude.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker, man. Anything Batman. Unfortunately, that's how I am. I can't drop my Batman books. I can't drop my Spider-Man books, and I can't drop my X-Men books. So like, all the other ones have to go. That's just how I am. You know?
Oh man, I seen the cardstock variant for what was it? And I pre-ordered it. I got it. I used my points, so I got it for free. Trying to remember what it was. Batman Fear State Alpha #1. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh.
It's done by Tinian as well. Yeah, Batman Fear State Alpha #1 one shot. I got the Dylan T cardstock variant.
Tiff, you're gonna have to put that down in the in a notepad because I got the baby right now, so I can't reach it. But make sure you're writing these down. Dude, the other history of the DC universe, man, I want those books so bad. I see them; they always look so dope on the shelf, but they're expensive. They're not cheap.
And have you guys seen the Stray Dogs #1 third print?
Yeah, the Scream.
Yeah, you bet your shiny sweet ass I got that.
Oh man,
we got a kid in presents. We got a kid in the presents. Come on.
Oh, he don't care. He don't care. He's like, you ain't never seen a baby's ass, man. It ain't shiny. It's smelly. Goodness gracious, especially this kid. But
say he's writing the upcoming Black Panther. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
You know what, honey? You say like we need more books on the pull list. You're the one that told your daughter that she could start pulling Stargirl, Wonder Girl, and what was the other one? There was a third book that I'm forgetting that you told her she could pull. So that's on you, honey. That's on you.
Oh, another good one that's coming out here a little bit. Checkmate. DC Black Label.
Checkmate. Oh, that's the Canadian one you were telling me about, right? No? Oh, Britain. English, right? England?
No, Checkmate's like a team. It has like Green Arrow on the team. It's run by Amanda Waller.
Oh, dude, I'm way off. Screw it. Forget it. I'm done.
What else is coming out? It's good. You guys should check out.
He's just trying to cost us some more money right here, TM. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
Guys,
see what he's
also,
doing.
There's still Pop Culture Philosophers exclusives left. If you would like one, they're $24 a set, $6 shipping. Contact Robbie at popculturephilosophers@gmail.com.
Yep.
Do it.
Dude,
Do it now.
And that cover is so dope.
I even got them, and I'm Canadian, and I had to pay a lot more for shipping. So if I do it, you should do it.
I got mines.
Now you do.
I got mines.
Man, I don't need to ever to put up that right there.
Nice.
That's what it looks like right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's a well designed ad. I'm just saying that's beautiful.
And if you guys are asking who did the art, well, none other than Jonathan Lau.
Who's
and
also
a homage. It's a homage to Ghost Rider. I forget the issue, but it's an homage cover to that Ghost Rider issue from the 90s, I do believe.
In the 90s.
Lau's also doing a really dope The Edge variant too coming out. That looks sick.
So sick. So we're approaching we're already at 2.5 hours. I don't know, like tomorrow probably want to put his baby.
Oh dude, he's on the desk. He's fine.
So I don't know if anybody else wants to pop in or anything like that, but I guess we could call it a day for
Go
tonight.
6 hours. Who said that?
We could try to go to a third hour. We have no Rock and Robbie live, but I'm not sure if you guys want to. Phable just figured me out right there. Herman's getting hungry.
I just took dinner out of the oven, and then I stitched up some quinoa and chicken for the daughter, and then ran down here. So I was like, but I'm not hungry yet, but I'm getting there. So
Phable says I'll pop in at the 4th hour.
So you know what that means? We gotta go another. I gotta go another hour and a half before Phable gets here. So.
All right. Well, let's cover Batman, Catwoman issues 1 through 4. All right. So we'll just go right through, and we'll just cover them all from start to finish.
Show those beauties again.
If you guys aren't on Batman, Catwoman, and you are a fan of good writing, you definitely want to get on this. King's doing a phenomenal job. There's some characters that you can know and love, like Phantasm, that make an appearance, as well as some brand new future state type characters, like a new Huntress. So be sure to check it out. It's a great read.
Number 5's coming out this week. Wednesday.
Shit, dude. Tiff, you heard it. Yeah, another book.
Batman 109. That's
Nice House on the Lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
This week isn't so bad, but next week, the week after it's a huge. Like I dropped them in like a group chat that I'm part of, and showed them all, and it's like 14 books.
Dude.
He's dropping them a lot now. Everybody thought, they're only gonna be 5 or 6. You know what I mean? Now they're dropping multiple books now. DC.
They got to get in quick, because now with restrictions and stuff being lifted, I think they got to worry about whether or not people are going to continue in the hobby as hard as they were in the middle of the pandemic, right? So they got to try to get as many books in while they can, because once people start going to carnivals and fairs and all this other summer stuff, there's a big chance that people aren't going to come back the way they were. So got to get it all out while you can.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. We'll still come back. Unfortunately, our wallets
we never left.
Screaming.
We never left. Now we're just conditioned to pay so much for books now. So. I can bring up dinner.
Yeah, apparently people still want us to.
Sheena should jump on. Come on, Sheena.
So I was getting some books together for categories, and I found this little gem in the PC that I didn't know I had. First appearance of the Midnight Suns. But what was cool here is I still have the poster and the little Mylar bag that it came in. And I'm a very irresponsible collector. So I'm amazed that survived the last 20 some odd years in the long box. Maybe after Categories. I might have sent it in for a pressing.
Yeah, my birthday is coming around the corner.
Well, I have to end this relationship with TM. So, sorry, TM.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So
I love TM.
So did you read Alien?
kinda.
Let me know how it was.
It was good.
I haven't got to that. That's like 5th or 6th on my list. You know, I have this list. I gave up trying to do everything in order. I'm just gonna read what I want to read first. You know what I mean? Because the backlog is just ridiculous. So and that's in there. So I just gotta get to it. You know what I mean? Whenever I, you know, not doing this right here, you know what I mean? I can read my books. You know what I'm saying?
But when are we not doing this? If we're not doing this, we're watching someone else do this.
Yes.
So, so I don't know when we're supposed to read books anymore, but
I just usually read it while I'm on streams with you guys, like video chatting with Herm, and it makes it even funnier that it takes him off. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, he's just like, why are you still video chatting me? Are you reading, Travis? Stop it! Just end the call. I'm sitting there like in my head, I'm thinking like you could easily end the call too, you idiot.
Oh man, Station Bearded, man.
I know we got Bearded, we got Fargate wanting to come in. I don't know if I want to drop this link. You know what I'm saying?
you're already like you're like I'm already like almost like your wife said she'll bring up food.
Yeah, but then he's got to eat it on stream. That's not as cute.
I'm gonna have to do this, and then okay, guys, go talk while I eat. You know what I mean? Have fun. You know what I mean? I'll take myself off. You know what I mean? But
all right.
Oh, the best one was when Jem was on Robbie's channel and he was just eating tacos, man, the whole time. And I was like, yeah, this is the first time I think I ever saw anyone eat on a stream. So we gotta up that, dude. I'll get some chicken and some quinoa. You get your dinner. Travis, get some Tim Hortons or something, and we'll just eat. We'll just eat for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, why not? Like we'll bring in a new, fresher people. You know what I'm saying, and just let them talk on the show. You know, they take over and we go eat, and then we come back. You know, why not? You know, we take a little pit stop. You know, the break.
Yeah.
You can eat on screen. So Mr. Bruce here, he wants to go on so bad. I want a taco. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Oh man.
I do too.
But I don't know. Does you guys in the chat want me to drop the link? I know Chamorro will be like, see ya. I got baby away.
Oh, you know if you drop the link, Herm, I'll stick around for a little while.
For a little while. Guys in the stream, like if you guys want us to drop the link, well, TM, that's up to TM. You want me to drop the link, Mr. TM?
Okay.
If TM's not on your stream, he's gonna be on the next open stream. TM's everywhere, man.
Pretty much
everywhere.
The backup crew. The backup crew. So yeah, I don't know. If Bearded says I'll leave it up to Bearded. If he says drop the link, I'll drop the link. He probably won't want to drop the link. That's why I said that.
He ran to go get a taco.
He ran to go get a taco. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Dude, that man makes amazing looking chimichangas, by the way. If you guys are not watching the Bearded Cooking Show, you definitely should be. You owe it to yourself. The character show that he does with Mrs. Bearded is always a phenomenal show, too. It was funny. I was asking my wife, I said, if I had to tell you X-Men characters and you just had to guess, like, because I was trying to think, who is somebody that a non-X-Men reader would look for if we were naming X-Men characters? And she goes, Magneto, and then starts laughing. And I was like, Magneto? And then I got me, oh, she's joking because we had just watched Bearded's show and Mrs. Bearded had called him Magneto in that show. So she was actually joking about a YouTube thing we had watched, which I thought was hilarious.
Just tell Mrs. Bearded or Mrs. Chamorro, if she ever wants to learn about characters, just watch my card unpacking videos because it gives you a little breakdown of the character.
I will tell her. It's against her better judgment to watch your stuff, TM, but she'll be there.
I know.
She'll be there. She'll be there. Hey, don't out me. Oh, I thought it was adorable. Dude, we really, really enjoy Bearded's content. Guys, if you guys are not subbed up to Bearded, you really should be.
Let's see. I'm here trying to do it from here to
You trying to drop the link?
Yeah.
Well, here I
Phone
got
my
blank.
phone. Oh, here I go. Drop the link. Vian said drop the link.
Drop it.
Oh, boy.
Drop it.
Here we go.
All right,
Drop
guys.
it
Have a
for
good
me.
night.
All right, I'm dropping it. Boom.
Oh,
Link is dropped. It's done now. You
We
can't
have-
undo it.
We had somebody already had the link.
Oh,
Station.
Station,
Yeah.
bro.
Sorry, I was trying to
What's
make
going
my
on,
way.
man?
Yeah? Tell them
How
about
you
it.
doing, bro?
What's going on? Sorry.
Doing good, man. We're here. Like I'm here running out of gas, and everybody wants me to drop the link. So
Refuel.
And we got not to be outdone, but we got someone here wide awake now. He's wide awake. He wanted me to drop the link too. Dang.
He's like 6 hours, man. Let's do this.
There you go. Tomorrow, drop the
Here,
link. You
you
guys
wanna
want to
hold-
come on?
You want to hold up a book?
And
There
now,
you go,
like,
buddy.
now they come pouring in. Now they come pouring in. Station.
Hey,
Fable.
Station Fable.
Station. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Oh, whoa. Looks like we're not going home anytime.
Hey.
Station.
Station.
Bearded.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
He knows to raise his hand when you say station. Yep, there you go.
Oh man, getting him at an early age tomorrow.
Oh yeah, man. I don't want to be dealing with girls and stuff when he's older. You know, I'm trying to get him as nerded out as I can be. You know.
I get it. So
Okay, here, Station.
Station.
man,
I had to get on before the free for all started.
All right.
It's too late.
the free for all happened.
Free-for-all. What's going on, guys? I think tomorrow's kid took over the stream. He took over.
All right. Here, who do you want? You want Egon? Egon?
I want Egon.
Dude, these loyal subjects figures are legit, man. If you-
What are the loyal subjects figures?
They're just these tiny vinyls, right? But they're hyper articulated. So they've got double jointed knees. They've got great attention to detail. But they're just fun, and they're usually relatively cheap. You can usually find them for like $4.99 at GameStop. So great little figures.
Oh, Mrs. Chamorro. No offense ever taken. Are you kidding me? First off, it's the Mrs. Bearded that butchered the character, and that's her staple, and that's what people like that show. So, no offense taken at all.
Okay. Raid?
Did we just lose her?
Wait,
He's hot.
so Herm left, TM
Yeah.
just left.
Travis.
Y'all aren't talking. Like,
Oh, sorry. All right, so what do you guys think? Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven, man. What do you guys think? You guys excited? Not excited? What do you think?
oh man,
I'll
I think
give it a
that'd be dope.
chance. Yeah, it's
Meh.
Meh.
What are we talking
Man,
about? I'm sorry. I got bumped off my own stream, so we took over.
Oh, I was just asking them what they thought about Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I'm for it. I think it'll be dope.
I'll give it a chance.
Okay, you want to be on stream? I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yeah, you want Donkey Kong? You can have Donkey Kong.
Yeah, so you for it, Beard?
What?
You say you were for it?
Yeah, I think. Well, here's the deal. I mean, he was fantastic and kick ass, and I mean, I don't think like Quicksilver people didn't love him in it, but I mean, he didn't really have much to do in Quicksilver. Neither did Scarlet Witch. People didn't care about Scarlet Witch till further on in the movies when she had more to do. So I think he's an underrated actor. I think he'll do really good, and I would love that if they do the I think it's like Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon where Craven is where Craven's like Steve Irwin, Crocodile, like one of those like has a video crew that's following him around where he's going and hunting crew, like different creatures and stuff, and then like he goes to hunt Spider-Man. I think that'd be a really cool way to bring it into modern day stuff. But so I dig it, and I hope they do that iteration of Carnage or Craven because I think it'd be sweet.
All right, I'm just gonna say this: he wasn't fantastic in Kick-Ass. He was all right. Like, he did a good job, but he wasn't fantastic. He had way too much-
I'm sorry. Did the black screen right there say something? Because I didn't say he was fantastic. Yeah, I said he did a really good job in one of his first starring roles in a movie.
I agree.
I think he will do a very good job as Craven, and not when he doesn't have to be the lead.
Do you think that Craven has enough material to support a solo film? That's my fear.
I think if they go that route that I was talking about, I think it would have a better chance because I think it's an intriguing storyline.
Pedro. If you have the right writer, you can make any character or situation compelling.
Yeah.
True. Tell a good story. I'm skeptical about it because a villain and all that. Like Chamorro said before, like anti-villain Venom was easier for them to do a Craven the Hunter. They really got to do a good job to sell it to everybody. You know what I mean? Because not everybody knows who he is. So, and I don't know if Sony does that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, I get that, but you guys have also been on stream for almost 3 hours, and people are still watching. So, like, I feel like Aaron Taylor can do a lot better job for Craven and be engaged.
Oh,
so
man.
That's true.
Took a shot at everybody.
That's true. That's true.
You got the best gun on YouTube, man. I need that one.
Yeah. Oh, come here. What do you want to do, huh?
So, Phable, what do you think? Did you like that casting?
I haven't seen enough of that kid as far as his acting range to definitely say, oh yeah, but I give everybody a chance just naturally, so it's okay. But Craven to me is a little maniacal. He's a little nuts, So it depends. I mean, can he pull that off? Can he do the nuts? He can do it. He's got it.
If you guys seen Tenet, he kind of had the Craven vibe. I can kind of see why they chose him for Craven based off of Tenet or the role he played in Tenet.
See, I'm for it, and I haven't even gotten to see Tenet yet.
So
I think he could do good. I think so.
Yeah, I guess like Stefan, I think you were saying you like the casting too. I think I was seeing you.
I mean, I'll give it a chance. Like it wasn't something that wowed me. Just like wasn't wowed when Jared Leto was cast as Morbius, but I'll give it a chance. I haven't seen the final product, so I can't make a judgment that's sound. So.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You know who should play? You know who should play Craven?
It's too late now. They casted somebody.
Timothy Olympus.
Who did you say, TM?
Timothy Oliphant.
No.
No. Just no. Yeah, I'm all for Aaron Taylor Johnson playing Craven. Like I don't think he could. I think he could do really well in the role. My fear, like I said a few minutes ago, is it's a Craven solo film. Like if he was just showing up in Spider-Man as Craven, maybe he is a Steve Irwin type and he's going to help the police hunt down Peter Parker who's on the run. Like I could get behind that. I just don't know if Craven as a villain and as a character is compelling enough to have a solo spin-off film because like he's so based around hunting Spider-Man or trying to get Spider-Man to kill him because he doesn't like his immortality curse. You know what I mean? Like there's always like he's always tied to Spider-Man. So I'm just a little concerned that they're just not going to be able to pull that film off, not in a way that makes comic book fans happy. So
the only way they'd have to make him an anti-hero to make it work.
Yeah, but you always got to give these guys a chance because nobody gave Heath Ledger a chance. Nobody gave what's his name, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman a chance. I remember people were pissed when they heard Hugh Jackman was playing Wolverine, like pissed. And he was definitively Wolverine.
Wolverine,
right?
yeah, he's the generator, for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
damn near.
I mean, but even to Fable's point, think about people's. We haven't even seen it yet, but think about people's casting of Robert Pattinson. People were against it with Batman. And as soon as they saw the trailer drop, the attitude changed a little, but you still have your detractors and stuff, but the attitude has definitely changed once they saw people actually. That's where it's really hard until you can see what the vision of the creative team, like Chamorro is saying, is going to put out there for a film. It's hard to be like, yeah, I'm for it or against it, because he could be a great casting, but they might not have a great story for him to tell, and vice versa. You know, I think there's a lot of great casting that has fallen prey to horrible storytelling.
Yeah.
And so I think it goes both ways. So it's hard to sit here before we've seen even a trailer, let alone the movie. So that's why it's always fun to have these debates, because you never know. Like, I mean, you even talk about that. You can go back to Batman 1989, who most everyone's Batman is Michael Keaton. And when that came out, it was, wait, you're casting the dude who played Mr. Mom as Batman? Like, are you kidding me? So, right? So I think it goes both ways. I mean, you look at a lot of Marvel castings, even I think are a little bit shocking. And then we're like, okay, once we see what they do. Yeah. I mean, freaking Robert Downey Jr. was a washed-up actor basically at the time. He was starting to get a little bit of renaissance, resurgence with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang right before that. But I mean, Marvel was putting all its eggs in a basket, and Marvel was a failing movie franchise at that time. Really, still, like, they were surviving because of Blade, and they took a chance on him, and he crushed it. And if you tried to recast Iron Man, people are going to go, I can't. Who do you recast that as? So it's a tough game to play.
Well, and Hugh Jackman was a great Wolverine, but let's not pretend like X-Men Origins Wolverine was a great movie. And Logan was great, but the Wolverine was only good for the first 2/3 of that film. So, I mean, the creative team is huge.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing with Gal Gadot, no? She was in Fast and Furious, and they cast her as Wonder Woman. I think everybody was campaigning for Gina Carano at the time. And Gal Gadot got it, and, I mean, she crushed it. I love her as Wonder Woman.
Right?
What do you want to play with? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, I think it's like I said, like, I don't mind castings like that. Like Anne Hathaway, another one. Catwoman, like, oh, she can't be Catwoman. I thought she was fantastic in it. You know what I mean? But
Pedro.
Hey, I'm gonna hop off real quick. If you guys are still on, I'll be back. I gotta go help with the little one.
Oh, good, man. Stay tuned. So yeah, I'm all for. I'm just, like I said, Sony. I don't trust Sony, and I definitely a villain, as we were saying, me and Tomorrow was saying earlier. I don't know if I trust, if they can really make a good villain movie. I hope they do, because I'm probably gonna go see it.
You guys hear me?
But we'll see. Yeah, I can hear you. I gotta take these things off.
Do you think that they're just trying to capitalize off for Joker?
What happened?
Do you think that they're just trying to capitalize off of Joker's success?
Well, I think Sony has wanted to do this for a while, right? They've been talking about making a Sinister Six movie since Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man, because that's all they have. Outside of Spider-Man, the only thing they got is a rogues gallery of Spider-Man people. And so, I mean, I don't know why they don't sink more money into like a Black Cat movie or these other tertiary Spider-Man heroes. You know what I mean? But
I think Silk movie will probably do good right now, right?
Oh yeah. And a Silk movie would do phenomenal. I mean, just because it's the way it is right now. I mean, we're always chasing the Asian market, so Silk would be phenomenal. It was a phenomenal move first, Tony.
I think so.
Cindy Moon. I'll take this. I'll take a Cindy Moon movie. They can do Miles Morales. They can do all those types. So if they like we were saying earlier, if they like start featuring Miles Morales and those characters, and you see Craven the Hunter, give us something else more than just Craven. Maybe we'll be interested in it. But just Craven, I don't think it's gonna cut it. You know what I mean?
Plus,
what does that movie look like?
There's other villains too. Like they have. I don't know if they got him right. I don't know if in your opinion they got him right. But you know, like Rhino. Has anybody gotten Rhino right? Do you feel like he's been well represented?
No.
Or you know, just other Spider-Man classic villains. I mean, Dr. Octopus, he was perfect. To me, that was an amazing performance and amazing effects for him. They did him right. But everybody else, I don't know if they did them justice. I mean, Green Goblin. Do you feel like they've done Green Goblin right?
No, they had another. That's to Bearded's point. They had a great actor playing Norman Osborn in the Sam Raimi films. Was that Robotech looking freaking Green Goblin the right Green Goblin? Probably not, you know. But it was a great casting, and that's one of these things with Craven. Craven might look the part, but if the story isn't good and the character isn't well written, you know. So no, they definitely have room for improvement with Green Goblin for sure.
They do, but that was the first Spider-Man movie, so people let that pass. They were just excited myself to see a Spider-Man movie on the screen. So, you know, that's gonna get a huge back. They can't get away with that now. You know, they better have some.
Yeah. What are you telling me, buddy?
He agrees with me. I'm telling you, he agrees.
I think he does. I think he does.
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm hoping, you know, like a lot of people like don't see the success, like I said earlier, because they go to. I just don't see them ever going anytime soon. I'm hoping. So they gotta be friends with each other if they want to keep Spider-Man, because Spider-Man that big character. Peter Parker still to this day that big of a character until they can really prove themselves with these other characters. That's gonna be the moneymaker for both the MCU and Sony. So I think the sky's the limit at what they can do with the world. I want to see it do good. I'm not like rooting for it to do bad. A lot of people are just so they can go to the MCU. You know, so yeah. What's up, Bearded?
I'm back. Listen, Herm, this is how much I care about you. I never hop on streams on a Sunday night because I'm always like, fam, but the kids were going up to bed. But I had to dip out real quick because one of them needed the rules of bedtime. So it might have to come up again, but I'm here for you tonight, Herm.
I understand, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do as a parent, you know. And that's why I appreciate you all being on here. He even brought his kid on the screen for me. So you know,
it's how it goes.
Oh yeah. No, speaking of though, I do gotta start. I gotta eat supper and then do bedtime ritual with Kyrie Herm. So I do have to hop off. But thank you so much for having me on, brother.
Station, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate
it. Station.
So yeah, Mr. Fargate, what you think about this whole thing?
Well, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to Craven. I don't care for that actor. I'd rather have Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian. I think he looks a lot more like Craven than the other guy, or hell, even Steven Seagal. Well, that's a joke, but.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, so Pedro, yeah, that's my choice for Craven. He looks the part. He may not be Russian, but you know, who is? What actor out there is Russian? Hell, I wouldn't mind having what's his name? Current James Bond guy.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, you know, put him in some makeup. He can do probably a Russian accent. Shit, he's big and strong. You know, something different. That would be.
I don't dislike Pedro for that. I really don't. I do feel like though, like I will give Aaron Taylor at least. Man, the homie is jacked, and I'm coming from my interpretation. I only know Craven really from the animated series and a couple series of the comic book, and I just feel like Pedro just would look. Man, they would have to bulk him up massively. Not saying they couldn't because it's been done before, but man.
I don't know how tall or big he is. He looks big enough to me. I mean, Craven, isn't. I don't know how big is Craven supposed to be.
I just feel like Craven has at least some definition to him. Like I feel like I feel like Pedro.
I want acting though.
I get that, but I also feel like I look at Pedro and I feel like I could beat him up, and if him and I were in a dark alley, I could beat him up. I'm not.
Wait till you see Tenet then,
and that
that'll change your opinion.
But Aaron Taylor, I feel like homie's got some muscle to him. I'm like, I want to mess with him.
Yeah. No, I thought you guys were.
Oh yeah, I was talking
about Pedro from Quicksilver.
No, I was saying Pedro as in from like The Mandalorian and what else he was just in recently.
So you heard it here first, Pedro Pascal. He's challenging you to a duel. Show up in the dark alley.
Well, if Pedro wants to fight me, like I'm just saying, like it'll make good content for my channel. I'm not saying I beat him, but I would do it. I would do it for the content.
Game of Thrones, he could fight pretty good and move pretty good, like Craven.
Sorry, guys.
So,
he dances around too much.
Yeah,
he's too small to be.
He's got to be able to rock. He's got to be able to rock that vest. Still, man.
Sure
Craven's whole thing is that vest, that fur vest, and he's bare chested, man. He's running around the city barefoot, bare chested. He's definitely got to be built.
Yeah.
They could go just give him a Shazam treatment. Give him a fake bodysuit.
You can't when he has no clothes on. Like his outfit
that's his. He's supposed to be a.
Like Phable was saying, he's just the vest, and then the rest of it is just his body. So it'd be just like a suit, a bodysuit. Weird, but yeah, like they can't do that.
Mandalorian and Game of Thrones characters, I think he'd be perfect Craven, even though if he's not tall enough or big enough.
I agree with you 100% when it comes to acting, because homie has the acting chops, and I think I do think there is a testament sometimes of they have to at least resemble the part somewhat when you're talking about the build of the character.
Yeah,
it's you can get away with it when it's a character like Batman, because he has you can bulk him up on the suit. Same with Shazam, you can bulk up the suit. It's hard to bulk up someone whose top half his torso is basically just straight up like he wears a stripper vest and that's it. Like, so he's got to look jacked.
Yeah, but 80% of the people going to the movie probably don't even know what he looks like in the comics. So
you're right. But 80% of the people that are going to go watch a Craven movie from Sony are going to be people that read the comics.
And plus,
yeah,
anybody that remembers him from the comic or from the Spider-Man animated series in the 90s, all he wore was that like tiger leopard print vest in that as well. So a lot of people will remember that, and a lot of people that will probably see this is probably people my age or older that have read the comics or watched the TV show, and probably bring their kids to it. Well, probably not. Probably not.
Jason Momoa would be a better choice than Pedro Pascal.
My man.
He would. He's got the build and the.
Hell yeah, I would love that guy. But...
No, I don't want Jason Momoa in, and I want Jason Momoa. I like him as Aquaman. I don't want him in a Marvel knockoff. I will say though, Jason Momoa, if they put him in, you got to do makeup and stuff. A live action Thundercats movie as freaking Lion-O. That's what I want. I want Jason Momoa as Lion-O. Now, don't give me Sony Craven with Jason Momoa. No, give me Lion-O.
I don't think he's got the voice to be Lion-O. He's got you gotta go Thundercats.
Have you watched? You gotta watch his Instagram videos. Homie shouts all the time when he's cliff jumping in Hawaii. Dude's the beast. Yes.
Well, if he can't do it, then we get Comic Man Andy.
He did pretty good.
Thundercats. Yeah,
and I get that. I get what trade paper dad is saying. Don't get too hung up on looks. Again, I don't get too hung up on looks very often, but it's when if they're supposed to be jacked, that's a difference. Nick Fury isn't jacked. I mean, David Hasselhoff played him in a freaking 1980s movie. I only really get hung up on looks when it's supposed to be like Jack, when they're supposed to be swole, like they should look somewhat swole. I feel like Pedro would be a little too skinny for it. That's my only beef. Yeah, I think Samuel L. Jackson did great as Nick Fury. I think everyone's like, that doesn't look like Nick Fury, but I think if they're the build of their body, they should look similar to the representation in the comics.
That's why I said Jason Momoa. He did physically, like the representation, he would be way more. If you're gonna name someone in the, like, you know, because I get what Fargate's saying. It's like it's not really whitewashing with Aaron Taylor, but you know, if you're going to go a more ethnic route with Pedro Pascal, like that, Jason Momoa fits that bill way more than Pedro. Like he's like, I always envisioned Craven as like, you know, a dude who's at least 6'1", 6'2". Like he's like the ultimate hunter. Like Pedro just doesn't have that vibe to me. I don't know. And he's a good actor. But
yeah, Craven is parkouring off of building tops and stuff like that, trying to keep up with Spider-Man. So you got to get a guy that looks fit. You know who I was thinking? Funny enough, what's that wrestler? He looks like Craven, man.
Craven, Roman Reigns.
No, Roman Reigns, yeah, but the other guy that's on his team. The other guy that's on the same team.
How about The Rock? The Rock.
Talking about Jimmy Uso?
No, the Shield. It was Roman Reigns.
Oh, you're thinking Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, like Craven Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, still as Roman Reigns, but he's still built. He can bulk up too. I think
I like Momoa as Lionel. I think that looks good. I also like Momoa as Lobo. Have you seen those mock-ups of him looking like cool. Lobo? It look crazy.
You can see Momoa Thundercats. Oh, that'd be funny.
Hey, and Big Herm, when it happens, you just take this clip and like you heard it first on Herm's show, like.
Oh heck yeah! Let's find this clip.
Put it out into the universe.
These guys said in my show. Yeah, but yeah, like I don't, like I said, Aaron Taylor doesn't bother me. I picked him. Like I was money too. All these other are probably expensive now, and this guy was a little more affordable. That has a lot to do with it. The casting.
Yeah.
The other guys are way too expensive. Craven the Hunter, I don't even know if they think they're gonna do good. So money has a lot to do with it. So they probably could get Seth Rollins to do it. You know what I mean? Just to get the foot in the.
Just get Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, redeem himself from Punisher.
Heck yeah, man. So,
Dolph Lundgren doesn't need to redeem himself from anything because he is freaking He-Man to me. He is my master of the universe. I mean, I get it. Man, I watched that movie so many freaking times on VHS. What was the little furry dude? Griswold? Grizzle?
Yeah, the little guy.
The little guy who stole the KFC with like his little gun. And like, if I'm explaining this, like I'm like trying to explain that it's a good movie, and it's not. But man, it's my movie. Yeah, who's typing? Team, are you typing?
Fargate?
I think James said something. It's like the audio is crazy. It sounds like someone's typing.
It's Fargate.
Oh.
Is that Fargate?
No, it's not. I muted myself, and it was still going on.
No, you blanked out your screen, and then that typing sound was going, and we seen it. It's always when you're doing that. You gotta stop blaming it on Herm.
I was just reading what James was saying.
No, he was saying you didn't mute yourself. You just.
Are you excited for that He-Man cartoon, Bearded?
Oh heck yeah!
It's gone. It's gone now.
Have you seen the like the stills that they've dropped from it? Man, it looks good.
Like Kevin Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, the sound left once you muted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound's gone.
Fargate, when you go on to talk and stuff, just unmute and talk. Like when you're not talking, just mute it. For some reason, when it comes, when you watch, let me try
Or
to
get some headphones.
I'll mute
I heard that people were having
Is it back?
problems with
Yep.
some of the character designs for He-Man.
I see, and that's where I go back to what Trade Paper Dad said. I don't care too much about I don't care too much about the character designs as much. I let them, there comes a point where I care about it, but when it's an animated series too, it's tough. But man, He-Man looks boss.
Yeah.
Like, and Kevin's Wildor, that's it. See, Chamorro, why do you have to leave? And it was Wildor. I knew my boy Chamorro would know. So good. Courtney Cox in that movie. Hashtag Friends Reunion. Maybe that'll get you some views here. Just trying to. But yeah, it was good. I'm for it.
Yeah, I like
Dude, we didn't. Parky, you didn't have to leave. We were trying to figure out the issue. All right, he's back. Okay, good. I was like, I felt bad. Like I just said so. I didn't want Parky to leave because of me.
No, he'll be back.
All right, good.
Hey,
dude, hold on. Do I have it here? Where is it? Oh, all right. I must find it. Hold on.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So,
are you guys are liking the He-Man stuff? How it looks and everything?
Yeah, I think it looks boss.
I like it. I can't wait to see it, see how it comes. I love He-Man. Grew up with He-Man. He's one of my favorites as a kid. So a lot of them. So, He-Man.
Yeah, that's from the movie, right?
Screen that.
That's Blade. This is Blade. Everyone's like, "Oh, Blade, Wesley Snipes." No, this is my Blade.
It reminds me of the
from He-Man.
The dude from Waterworld.
From Waterworld?
Yeah. Dennis Hopper.
That's funny.
The only thing that disappointed me is that they didn't have Orko. And I know
Right.
Orko
You're
annoys
right.
a lot of people, but I liked Orko, man.
You right.
He's about to bust him out.
Well, says he loves Masters of the Universe. He never leaves. Yep. So yeah, I'm thinking that He-Man comes back. When's it coming?
Yeah, I was going to say, I forgot.
Oh, I'm not sure. When it's dropping?
Phable, you mean this guy?
Nice.
Nice.
Where else are you gonna get someone to make a random Waterworld reference? Like,
nice.
oh, hold on, I have that action figure displayed in my case.
Yo.
Wow.
That was dope.
Freaking Dennis Hopper. I was like, oh man, don't tell me you just said that because I got my Waterworld action figures from my childhood.
Yeah. So you guys, we were talking about the Amazon buying MGM for James Bond. What do you guys think about that?
I missed it. What'd they do? Tell me the rundown.
They bought Amazon bought the rights to MGM for $8.45 billion for
I think it was a bad buy, honestly.
For James Bond?
For James Bond, mostly. I got the list here. But
yeah, read that list.
The Rocky movies, the Pink Panther, Poltergeist, Legally Blonde, of course, Creed. That's coming next year, Creed 3, for that rights. So I don't know what else is attached to that, but they spent a hell of a lot of money. $8.45 billion.
But Disney bought Marvel and LucasArts or Lucasfilm for $4 billion apiece and made their money back like 20 times over easily.
But I mean, the thing though, you said they got Bond. That in and of itself is the biggest piece. And I get it. It's probably not a huge great buy, but if Amazon wants to contend with Disney and those places, because I mean, look at Bond. Bond has been around since 1950 and still relevant. we're still talking about it. You're still going to be, you still want to stream the Sean Connery. You still want to stream the Pierce Brosnan. You know, you got your Daniel Craig, your George Lansbury. I forget who the other, blanking on the other. But like those are, they don't age as well, the older ones, but you have every single generation has a James Bond that resonates with them, right? Like, for me, I'm sure most of this panel, we were the Pierce Brosnan playing GoldenEye. The dope Friday night is when you can go to Blockbuster, rent GoldenEye for your 64, grab some Mountain Dew and, that microwave popcorn that pops up on the skillet, and like, it's a good day and your homies are just crushing it. So I like Bond.
Yeah, that was a first-person shooter before Call of Duty,
right? Bond has stood the test of time, so I think that's a good buy from that aspect alone. Rocky is another one. I mean, the first Rocky came out in the late 70s, and it's still, if you're getting it for the streaming rights, you're getting it for. I think you're not gonna. I guess, I would have said you aren't going to do another Rocky movie, and then they did the Creed, and Creed was dope. Creed 2 wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
The other ones don't do anything for me, but I think streaming wise, Rocky's a good one. But I think Bond is always going to be there for a resurgence, and it's a staple property that you're not going to get your Indiana Jones. You're not going to get the Star Wars. You're not going to get the MCU. What's the biggest franchise property that's not owned by DC, Disney, or Marvel, basically? Like Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers, Marvel, or Disney. And I go Marvel and Disney are the same. What's the next one that isn't owned by that? Like, I think Bond's probably was the next big property that you could do anything with, like video games, movies.
Yeah.
So did they have to oversell? Yeah, but they also knew what they had.
Right.
Of like, hey, if we want to hang in the game, because that, if you get that, they can still make up their money with the Boys and your Invincible show and your lower properties. But if you have a flagship like Bond as a part of your, I don't think that's a bad buy, because Amazon didn't have that flagship that they could create and own.
Yeah,
and look at it like that. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I think buying IPs is the name of the game.
Yeah.
You want to be into the streaming thing, you have to have something to compete.
Something
that's evergreen, that lasts more than 20 decades, like a Rocky or a Bond, stuff like that. That's why Paramount Plus, they're banking on their Star Trek. They're banking on a couple of franchises themselves. Netflix got their whole thing going on. Everybody's trying to buy the old studios so they can have this, like you said, streaming rights. That's where the revenue is.
I mean, we all cut cable so we could save money, and now we have Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount, CBD. Like, it's just like, so.
What did you say, CBD?
I said CBS, and I realized it was the same thing as Paramount. Now they just changed it. So
HBO Max,
HBO Max, right? You already got your premium channels anyways that we're ahead of the game like that. So
I'm a wrestling Peacock, you know what I mean?
Man, I still have my Peacock subscription because I literally got it so I could watch WrestleMania, and then I've been binging on The Office. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm hooked again. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, The Office, that was
I was watching The Office right now before I hopped on here.
Didn't HBO buy Friends? I mean, Friends is a titan in stream.
So
yeah, I think they owned it, didn't they? Warner.
So
that was NBC.
That's a weird thing, because I don't know how that works, because I know it was on NBC obviously, and I doubt NBC. But the problem is NBC is in correlation with Warner Brothers. So like the Friends stuff is on the Warner Brothers lot if you go to the Friends studio tour. So like I feel like it's I don't know. I think there's like a correlation with NBC and Warner Brothers, because it's kind of like maybe like a brother sister. I don't know. I'm just talking like a brother sister
that makes
thing,
sense.
because it like definitely Hulu, was, and I felt like NBC owned the rights, but Warner Brothers owned part of it or all. I don't know. So
yeah, because for the Union just happened
on HBO, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Gotta see that. But yeah. So that's pretty, where they go after that. But they used to be on Netflix, and then like they took it out, and everybody was mad.
Yeah.
Because I love Friends. That's my thing. You know what I mean?
Same like The Office.
Yeah. So that's me and my wife. That's what we watch a lot together. You know, and New Girl. That's what we love to watch. Those two.
Who's that girl? It's just
Yes.
Yes. So yeah. So like. Yeah, they cut the cord, right? They cut the cord, but the
they got us
Right.
another way.
the cord.
Well, I mean, the cut the cord thing was a way to get the middleman out of the game. Cable companies are the middlemen.
Yep.
So the content provider said, you know what? We don't need to go through these guys anymore. We're gonna offer it ourselves. That's what that was about. You know, they entice people to cut the cord. It was totally on purpose.
Right.
It was.
I agree. That's exactly what happened. And then like the internet's not great all the time. So like when I'm trying to stream something and it and my stream's not working, I'll be missing that cable box sometimes. I'm like, damn.
Right.
Well, don't get rid of your DVDs and your Blu-rays, man. I'm telling you.
Physical media.
People are specking on Blu-rays already. I mean, I've seen $40, $50, $100 Blu-rays, which is like ridiculous to me, but it's happening.
We got James Phelps here says
I watched the first episode.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I mean, it's very Robot Chicken-esque. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's one of those like I'll watch it if I'm like, I don't have anything to watch. What do I want to watch? I'll watch MODOK.
Something
like
entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not binging it like I did a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So Herm, I just did a little quick research to answer your question. So Friends and Seinfeld, once they were both owned by basically Warner Brothers. So once they got off NBC, Warner Brothers bought the streaming rights because they knew that game, so they would own it. So that's why it's not on Peacock. So
that was smart.
Yeah, but that was like, were they strapped for cash? Because I would have never sold Friends.
Well, yeah, but what they paid, hold on, what they said they paid for it was, I mean, they paid a
nice penny.
They paid a bunk. I mean, you got to think about it too. It's like, Marvel. You think about Marvel. Why do we have Venom? Why do we have Spider-Man? Spider-Man, and because Marvel was their movie franchise was going under. They literally were selling off their stuff to Sony because they're like, we aren't staying afloat. The movie series that saved Marvel was Blade. Like Blade literally saved Marvel's movie production company to then allow us to have the MCU. If it wasn't for Blade, we wouldn't have the MCU because Marvel they were at their wits' end selling off pieces left and right. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if you guys read, but you guys all read comic books. There's a really dope book called Slugfest. You should read it if you haven't. It's about the DC Marvel, like just how they did stuff in comic books and battled with each other back and forth. And it's really interesting because you get a lot of that behind the scenes stuff. And they're actually, I think it's who's the Russo brothers are going to then make a series off of that for Disney Plus eventually. So I mean, it's just a regular book, but it's called Slugfest. And it talks about like the 50, 60 year war between DC and Marvel. As comic book heads, it's definitely something you guys should just check out and read. It if you're a DC fan, like I am, just warn you, it favors Marvel a little bit better because of how Marvel is right now. But I think it's just a really interesting read, but you get some of that cool stuff like that for sure.
Check that out.
Yeah, James Felt here asked me watch Broken Skull with The Godfather. Yeah, I have it, man. I have it, but now you said something. Now I gotta watch. You gave me another thing to watch. Thanks, James. No, I'm just kidding. Right. I gotta watch that. Love Story Time.
And I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm on an eBay bid right now. I got 20 seconds left. So I'm seeing if I can snipe this and win this game.
Yeah.
So if I snipe it, I'll let you guys know what I win right now.
I want to
So
hear the eBay noise when you win a book.
here, I'll unmute it just so I can. And if you're
An
watching,
amalgam series or what?
what?
An amalgam series?
No.
What's going on, Fargate? You wanted to say something?
How do I sound now?
I don't hear anything right now. You got something? I don't hear anything right now. Sound all right? No?
Yeah.
Nah, they re-sniped.
What I get for being away from my house using my crappy iPhone.
All right. I was trying to get this bad boy.
Hold on, let me.
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
How much was that going
Greg
for?
Wiseman.
It's that one that was it was I don't want my ESPN note. I wanted the eBay note. It was stuck on a bid for 4 days at $10, and then last second it jumped up to 25. So I put in I had my big bid at 24 just to be there, but it was just missed it. Just missed it. I should have gone 30, but there was another one on eBay for 30, so I was like, I don't want to do that. So
Right.
But
last resort.
Next time, Cat.
That's a good pickup. That's a good pickup.
it would have been. I didn't
All
get
the
it though,
90s
so
stuff.
sadly.
Yeah, but your mind is in the right place. Like your thought process one in that book is smart.
Right. Well, that's funny. That's all I'm trying to do right now is collect nostalgia for me. So like, I collected a Darkwing Duck back when COVID hit, and now that one's starting to blow up. And but I'm too late on the Gargoyle train. That's blowing up, and I'm stingy.
Did they have a Tailspin one? Because I'm done with Tailspin.
I'm sure they do. I haven't checked. See, like that's the thing is, all right, let me just show you one I just got. It's not worth anything, but it's nostalgia here for you boys.
DuckTales.
Oh my bad, I'm here playing with the
Three Ninjas.
Yo.
Nice.
Hey.
What was the one who was always eating called? He was always
Tum Tum.
Tum Tum, yes. Tum Tum.
So this was one I got. Again, it worth nothing, but I was like, I gotta get it.
Yes. Yeah. Yo.
That's dope.
Hey, I got a question.
You remember Hogan was in the high rise what was it? The third one?
Yeah. The theme park, right?
Yep.
So I got a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your question?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, since Herm and I are doing this monthly show in a couple of weeks about collected editions, I wanted to ask you, do you guys do much pre-ordering? Do you pre-order a lot of books?
Yes.
Is it mainly singles or collected editions?
Mostly singles for me.
Okay.
Floppies most of the time.
So I was going to say, I've got this epic collection, that I'm reading right now. Do you guys read any of these epic collections from Marvel?
Conan's a favorite of mine, so I'm probably sure I read some of what's in there.
So the reason I wanted to ask was, we're going to be on the show concentrating a lot on collected editions and where you can pre-order stuff and how to do it. So I'm just trying to gauge how much interest there is in a show that we're going to be doing which we're going to be kind of concentrating on stuff like this and omnibuses, and also probably preview all the books you can pre-order on something like DCBS. I do a lot of pre-ordering on DCBS where I get collected editions, floppies, omnis, the whole gambit. So I do know if you guys did that a lot or not.
I just recently dipped my toe in that thing. Like I pre-ordered the We Live trade paperback. I just got that one.
Right.
That was my first one. And then just today, I pre-ordered the hardcover for the Something Killing Children.
Cool. The oversized hardcover?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
The 15 issue oversized hardcover they just announced, I think.
Yeah, with the slip.
Yeah, I'm gonna order that too. And
You
I
got
saw
the slip.
DCBS has a exclusive on Decorum oversized hardcover. Did you know about that?
Say that one
I
more
don't know
time.
if you guys are reading Decorum by Hickman, but
Decorum.
there's a
Yeah.
oversized hardcover exclusive
Wait,
cover on
Is it
DCBS right now.
is it subtitled A Simple Story?
So
Sheena was saying that the Gideon Falls one just came out. Is that right?
I don't think it's available for pre-order yet. The oversized hardcover.
Okay.
I think it's come out in trades, obviously. But yeah,
That's like how I
Gideon
probably
Falls is
get
another
caught
good
up.
one. I like the oversized hardcover format. They're as tall as an omnibus because they're oversized artwork, but they're not as thick as a Omni. So they're like the right size. They're tall, but it's not
I just
too
got.
thick.
I
mean,
just
what's it
got
omit as
Daredevil: The
opposed to an
Guardian,
omni?
Volume
Oh,
1
nice.
coming in. And then I have East and West Volume 1 coming in.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
You got some good reads. So what's an Epic collection have as opposed to an Omni?
Well, an Epic collection, basically, they start from the beginning. Like Spider-Man, they start back in the '60s, issues 1 through 20, and then they're about 20 issues each. Instead of a hardcover, they're the floppy, the soft cover. Uh, and it's like 20 issues in each volume. Now, Conan has been going in order: Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But like Spider-Man, they've been jumping around. They do Volume 1, and they do Volume 20, and then go back to Volume 2. So some of the newer epics, they're going in order. They're starting from the beginning and going Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it's cheaper than getting the Omni way. Well, if you get a big thick Omni with 40 issues and you pre-order it for 50% off, it's like $1 an issue.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes the floppies it's a different animal.
Oh yeah.
It's not all about how cheap you can get it or putting it all in one collection. There's a cover game that goes with that.
Well,
I just saw factor.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why we're going to kind of concentrate on collected editions on our show because, there's a million shows about the floppies that are coming out each week.
Oh yeah,
there's not a lot
definitely.
There's not a lot on the collected editions or even pre-ordering and how to do it. So that's what's going to make us different, I think.
That's true.
I'm definitely going to win it because I'm definitely interested in getting some more trades and some more books and things of that nature. Maybe unloading some of these floppies.
I'm going to try to explain in our first episode all the different formats of collected editions. Omnis, collected epics, complete collections. I mean, some of the independents have stuff called library editions. There's absolutes from DC. There's all kinds of variations for these collected editions that I don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with, but I only got back into collecting 4 years ago, and I said, "What? You can grade a comic? What the heck is an omnibus?"
Yeah.
I actually don't know the terms. They all confuse me. Collected edition, Omni.
Yeah. So
I'm still confused about the term.
I'm going to try to do a 10-minute segment on our first show explaining, this is an epic, and this is what an epic is, and this is what an oversized hardcover is, and this is what an omnibus is, and yada, yada. And that way, the people who aren't familiar with it will hopefully they learn something.
All right.
And then maybe that'll spike more interest for people to start buying even more collected editions because the collected editions in omnibus has been booming the past year. I mean, Marvel used to do like 3 or 4 Omnis a year. Now they're doing like 3 or 4 a month.
Right.
It's called Omnis. If you pre-order it at 50% off and you read it and you say, meh, I'm not going to read it again, you can resell it for at least what you paid for it, probably.
Right. I agree because when I go on Midtown to order, those are some of the first things that go are those trades, Omnis or whatever they are. Those are some of the first things to sell out.
But the problem is, I was on the stock trades and some of these other sites where you can't pre-order But the Omnis and collected editions got so popular, they'd sell out in like 5 minutes. So I don't want to play that game anymore. Now, good thing is on DCPS, you can pre-order floppies and singles too at 40%
So
off.
people are specking on those books too because I tried to get what was it called, the Invincible trades, because I was so interested in the comic after the TV show, and like the first one is like almost $100, and I know it wasn't $100 when it came out.
Well, I have all 12 of the hardcovers of Invincible. Thank God I got it before the show came out. And then the compendiums are out, and those are selling out. But I heard Kirkman I think he's going to bring back the deluxe, the oversized hardcovers, all 12 of them, kind of make it evergreen because the show is popular. So I would just wait a little while, and I bet all those 12 of those oversized hardcovers are going to get reprinted again. Unless you like the compendiums, the big, thick, soft cover compendiums, which I can like the oversized hardcovers better.
I'm just Big Herm just sitting there eating off screen.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'm hungry, man. You're right.
So the amazing collected edition show, Monday, June 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Dope.
Be there.
All right, hey, Big Herm fellas, I'm gonna have to bounce off. My wife's finally done putting the youngest to sleep, so I'm gonna spend some time with the missus.
All right, man. Thanks for
Fargate.
Yep. Absolutely. See y'all.
Station, man. It was fun.
Good night, y'all. TM, Missing Link, Phable, Fargate, Herm. Appreciate you all. See you guys next time.
Man.
Station.
See you guys
again, Herm.
That was awesome.
Pop up that thumbnail.
Bearded is the man.
He really is.
You know what, Phable? I have a question for you.
Sure.
Yeah, the question.
We need some intro music for the amazing collected show. Do you think we can get Ecstasy of Gold? The theme music from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or will that be like get us taken down?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I wouldn't play with it. People get away with it, but I wouldn't play with it.
Start the show off.
Yeah. But Herm has access to the library, so if he has something you might like, I don't mind you guys using it for your show.
All right.
But Herm, I'm doing the same. I gotta head out. Family stuff.
All right.
Thanks for having me, guys. You guys are the best. You guys are all worth it. I love this show. Check you guys later.
Appreciate you, bro.
And I can't wait to that monthly show when I can take this stupid mask off.
All right. Now I'm eating like yeah. I'm glad.
Everyone's eating. Wait, I already ate. Where's my time?
Thanks for joining me, Stefan.
I'm gonna dip out too.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go see Quiet Place with the lady. So
yeah, so I can finish eating. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. We had a great show. This is awesome.
Appreciate you guys having me on as always.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, 17 more minutes and we hit 4 hours. We can do 17 more minutes.
What happened? Now I'm out. I'm gonna something.
It's like I'm out, man. Like I'm done.
Right. Go to sleep. But I appreciate all of you guys coming in. Bruce, we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about our show in the future. You know what I mean? We're gonna have our own show.
Who's Bruce?
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Just to come up here and just plug it real quick. Anybody wants to see it? Boom!
Yeah.
Right? Amazing Collector Edition.
Monday, June 7th, 7 p.m.
June
Eastern.
7th, 7 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot of fun doing that. You know what I mean? And I don't know if this clown over here has any shows, but
me, yeah, I want to get some rest because I have Trist Forstner, artist of Stray Dogs, on my channel tomorrow night.
Nice.
Got that one. I can't wait for that show. That's pretty good. I put in some of my stuff. Like this week, we're going to right here. Me and Sam, we're going on 90s characters. 90s characters, we're hooking up right here. You know what I'm saying? 90s character up in there. We're gonna talk everything 90s, Iron Man, the War Machine, and a particular Hawk guy. TM doesn't like Dark Hawk.
Only one Hawk.
Shadow Hawk. He's the true Shadow Hawk.
How about 70s?
Don't worry, TM. We're planning on doing an image show one day. So just for you, you know what I'm saying? Future plans for that. Of course, all part of the Whiplash Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? TM has his show. He is chatting that up with our boy Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Bitch. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Of course, I already talked about my show and then tomorrow's show. I think this was the comic book show, the one that's coming up. Oh, this was
and going forth, it's going to be like a comic show 1 week, but comic and manga, and it'll be co-host with Brandon from Comics Kings, and then there's going to be a movie and television night, and then there's going to be an interview night once a month where I'm going to be the co-host on that show as well. I forget what the other one is. I think it's just a chat.
All right. We got somebody in the back. Let's say hi to him real quick. I'm not gonna leave you hanging back there. But we just plugged in. Thursday, our boys got a nice little interview too. So what's this guy about? This guy right here.
Oh, Charlie, he's running a Kickstarter, Spider Squirrel #1. It's a buddy, multiversal kind of buddy adventure in that, and we got Max Power, we got Billy.
Billy Station.
Get those freaking deadlifts in, buddy.
And of course Thursday, I set up a time 4:00 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna have my hall live video. Show everybody what I got that week. I think I like that time at 4, because it gives me enough time to show my books, talk to all you guys, and then I do work that night, so it gives me a lot of time to get ready for work. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got. Of course, a cameo appearance from our.
Always good to see you, Billy.
How you doing, bro? Station.
Come on, guys. You're worth it.
You're worth it.
My goal is
Don't you ever forget it.
one day. That is my goal.
Your goal is what?
Hey, to come on the show and do deadlifts.
Oh, come
nice. Nice.
Oh man, he's gonna be beat because I'll do 1 or 2 and then I'm done. You know what I mean? So thanks. You're ending the show, but Billy, I'm glad you came here for the end. We're ending the show. See you next time. Everybody, thanks for coming. I'll probably show it anyway. But anybody who missed it, the early my temporary intro. Here it is. See you next time. We out.
Hand.
Uh-oh. Station, everybody. Because we've got the great Herminio! Reyes Jr. is in the house. Good to see you, man.
Leave it to me.